ticket rocket box office on HarbourCats.com. If you do so, you can pick up your tickets at Wallace Driving School Will Call window at the main gate. You can buy it online for playoff games as well. Skip the line and save some time. Buy online. Fans, here's an early look at today's lineups for the visiting Wenatchee Applesox. Leading off the center fielder, number 6, Sean Smith. Batting second, the third baseman, number 8, Brett Gillis. Batting third, the left fielder, number 2, Tanner Smith. Batting cleanup, the first baseman, number 24, Torrin Montgomery. Batting fifth, the shortstop, number 28, Jason Vereda. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 19, Justin Lutz. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 20, Alex. Number 31. Batting ninth, the second baseman, number 12, Spencer Marenko. Starting pitcher today for the Applesox, number 5, Seth Kuykendall.
Let's be really gentle, Derek. Let's be really gentle.
Batting second, shortstop, number 15, Gus Wilson. Batting fourth, first baseman, number 33, Griffin Haxton. Batting cleanup, third baseman, number 6, Harrison Swan. Batting fifth, designated hitter, number 54, Kyle Sherritt. Baseman number 2. Batting seventh, left fielder, number 13.
How's it going?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Oh, living the dream.
Yeah, good. Where's the best place for me to stand?
For the anthem?
Yeah.
Right in that dirt patch behind the circle there, between the logo and the...
Starting pitcher today for your
See?
That spot there?
Yeah, right in that little black spot there.
Right behind the whole place.
Yeah, right behind the circle.
Okay.
That way I can get at least a side profile. Some of them stand out here, well, this is shit.
Yeah.
You know, side profile's best, and usually up there he gets the flags and stuff, but that's the best spot. And I can get you right there.
Derek, yeah.
I do, yeah. That was that?
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna head out.
How are you, Stan?
Thanks, Lori. How are you?
Okay.
You went on Wenatchee too?
I did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Batter, the shortstop, number 15, Gus Wilson. Keep an eye out for the play today. The power batter is headed by
really ill. So had some heart surgery, and today her husband passed away.
Red Arrow Brewing Company creates
Sounds like
personality that is demanding around.
You're down again.
The training on team is
For some reason I'm a little
I thought this.
Just let me know.
I have all the tickets.
Lemonade stand. the best food selection in town here at Wilson's.
Is it up or down?
Make sure Scotty's down here.
Oh, you haven't asked him yet?
Thank you for attending the game. Remind you that
Say that again?
Flights and a voucher.
anytime you can
Did you not tell him?
Please remain alert at all times.
I just pushed it in.
I think that's it. I think that's it.
You'll be all right.
How does he head back out? Depends on all this. Oh, right.
For staff and fan experience, so he picks out the range, right?
Lightus. Everything looks so blue.
Him and Reagan actually stayed.
This year we have teamed up again with trying to foul balls.
And you went, obviously went.
Yeah.
Watching the tracker on the video board is here to foul ball. Did you know Highland Savings gives $1.3 million back to their members and communities every year in the form of
Okay, before you go, why is my monitor really blue?
I like it. Do one more time, like. Richard? It's been so long. Yeah, I know, right?
Not long enough.
How was your drive? Not long enough. How was your drive?
Hot.
Really? I saw a picture of it. Should be done by the end of the week. Shocker.
If you're looking for a game day program, find one of their volunteers in a grandstand game commercial program for just $2. Fill out the form in the play center out on page 25 to be entered into the box, draw box, to win all sorts of awesome gifts.
Say it louder.
The program is your key to winning all games.
They've got play ball kid. I'll go get Scotty. So I'm just gonna tell him that we need him to be down.
Well, we need the players for this ball team to be down here.
What ball team are you? I don't see anybody that you're pointing at. I don't see who are you
Ladies
introducing?
into the roll, 50-50 is being looked after by Victoria Rainbow Kitchen.
Junior Premier Eagles.
Please support this great program by your into the roll, 50-50 tickets.
Is that them up there?
Yeah, they need to be down.
Don't announce it. I don't like when you do that. I will go get them.
No, it's not. No.
For every RBI that today's HarbourCats designated hitter gets, Dale Marshall of Marshall and Massey Warriors is donating $50 to the local Power to Be. Don't drink and drive. Use a designated driver to get home safely. Today's designated hitter for Marshall and Massey, number 54, Kyle Sherrick. Tesseract Computers provides Wi-Fi at Wilson's Group Stadium so you can stay connected. Find the Tesseract 2.0 network and use the case-sensitive password HarbourCats to stay in touch. That's free Wi-Fi on network Tesseract 2.0, password HarbourCats. Fans, if you have not taken a ride on our Wild Play zip line tonight into the night, you should go check that out. If you have, why don't you do the playoff version of the zip line? Go down and check it out. It's gonna be fun.
Reboot, they got it back. It's all good.
Just a few blocks from here at the corner of Pandora and Vancouver. We're just finishing up our construction phase and getting things ready for you. We're going to have some real cool offerings, including the Starbucks and our very first burrito bar in our company. And we'll be open for all reunions on our grand opening on August the 9th.
Individually? Okay. Did you hear that? So just get you guys right in here
Go
and
right
then...
here on the grass. Don't go on the dirt.
Oh, sorry. Don't go on the dirt. On the grass. Just line up in there and then you'll get announced. Okay?
I'm going to introduce you one by one. How you doing? Introduce you one by one. I want you guys to go to the grass. Don't go out on the line. Out on the line.
Yeah. Hi.
How are you?
Thank you. Hi.
How are you?
Good, thanks. Okay, before you guys go down, when you guys go down, we don't want to block the camera. Okay.
I've got you guys lining here. So you get that message across. I appreciate that. I'm going to introduce them one by one. So, listen, this is for the final. When I call you out, face the crowd.
Look very familiar.
Yeah, they don't want to see your ass.
Where are you throwing the first pitch?
Reboot, I got it right back.
Look at those baby blues, kid.
Guys,
One thing, right? I picked those ones. I picked those ones.
Definitely not the trail.
Dave Jung is in here. Everyone else. I'll let you see those first. I mentioned Dave's on here.
guys bring PS3. Battle. The show, yeah.
Everybody does.
Warming up, dude.
League's winning leaders.
Yeah. They do it, dude. Really,
I'd rather fight the guys.
you can see his eyes drifting. It's awesome. Like, your guys are thinking about baseball, but don't play ball.
You're doing the wrong stuff?
Yeah,
Well, it sounds like
Very much.
I'm gonna be Dolo.
If they are,
I'm serious.
We have Scotty.
Hey, Jim,
How you doing, man?
are they going to be out for the anthem? Are they going to be there for
Yeah,
the
they're going to
anthem?
be out there for the anthem.
Okay.
They're going to be out there. They'll be out on the line.
All right.
So you guys are staying out for the anthem, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they're going to be out there. Okay, just talking with the anthem singer. It looks like he's going to be in the good angles again
We were getting married in the most beautiful rural setting. My mom got sick and couldn't be with us for our big day. I was heartbroken. Thankfully, we still started. My parents found the family and connected us to high-speed internet. Our big day was incredible.
Oh, are we consensus 14-6 was the final? 14-6? No. We were going to merge it. 14-6. What was the final score in the last game? How much?
Let's go. It's not going to be right away because he's going to introduce me.
Get him to run.
But then you're on.
13-6.
Yes. All right. Very nice. I like it.
You know what? Maybe I should get.
Hey everybody, welcome to Wilson Group Stadium. We're all coming apart. We're happy to have you all here today. We're excited to have you here tonight. Going up the front as well, which is going to be fun for us here tonight. Just to paint a picture for you all, just so you're all aware. So tonight, Wenatchee won last night 5-1 in game 1 of this best of 3. We play here tonight. We need to win to force a game here tomorrow for game 3. And just so everybody is aware, it's possible that if things were to go our way, just to let you all know the pictures so you're aware, that if we get through this series, we could be playing here on Friday night as well. That's part of the scenario. So just be aware of that and watch all of our social media. We'll have email blasts out to our season ticket holders and everything to keep people up to date as this progresses. But just, I want to make sure everybody's aware that there is the possibility of that. So we want to make sure that that's something you know. Something we, on Fan Appreciation Day on Sunday with Passion Sports and Bike to the Park Day with Tour de Victoria, we actually neglected to do something with Flight Center that was part of a long season draw for a $1,000 travel voucher with Flight Center Canada. We want to thank them for that. Lori, come on out here. You get to make the draw. Oh, Todd's going to make the draw. Sorry. We are about to draw for somebody who's going to win a $1,000 Flight Center travel voucher that they can go and take advantage of. So, Todd, pick the right name or else somebody's going to be mad at you, okay? This is a season long of draw forms from our program. It's why you get the program by the program. Kira Haney. No, that's not the name on it. It's not the name on it. We want to congratulate, drawn by our head coach Todd Haney, Elizabeth Everly. Elizabeth Everly, whether she's here or not, is the winner of this. We're going to make sure that she gets that prize. We want to congratulate Elizabeth Everly for winning the $1,000 travel voucher from our season-long draw with Flight Center. We thank them very much. They've been great partners of ours now, going on 5 years, and we're really appreciative of that. As well tonight, we haven't really had a chance with kind of the psychosis of our schedule down the stretch. We want to make sure that we're giving a big thank you to the host families who make this so possible for us to do, all the people who look after all our players. And you know what, host families, I'm going to put you all on the spot and ask you all to rise when I read out your names here so you can, so the people here can give thanks to you for what you do, and our players be able to give thanks. I know they appreciate this greatly. But thank you very much to, actually, we'll start off with Robert Adams, Nick Adams' dad. We want to thank him very much for being here all summer long with Nick. We want to thank the families of some local players, Gus Wilson, Jason Willow, yeah, they looked after my kids, so Zach Swanson's family, and the Potter family. Thank you very much for what you did as well, having your local players who are involved here with the team. We appreciate that. We want to thank Dwayne Melanson's family. If you're here again, Dwayne, stand up. We appreciate that greatly. I'd like to thank Rachel and Brock Staples. Thank you so much for what you've done as well. Katie and Brad Bishop, who I believe are away right now. I don't believe they're here. I hope they are, but I don't believe they are. Connie and Steve Anderson. Connie and Steve Anderson right up there. Great host family for us. Guys love seeing their place, that's for sure. Is Dan and Doug Chamberlain, are they here tonight? Not here tonight. Dan Chase Slydrock. And that was great. Thank you. There you go. Got to celebrate. I like that. Christian and Carolyn Stewart. Christian, our assistant GM, had Liam Goodall, or Liam Goodall all season long. Sorry, Garrett Goodall all season long. Garrett Goodall. Natalie and Ian Gladstone, thank you guys very much for what you did. You guys stand up, thank you. Vito Gallus was there. Tanny and Steve Haynes. Tanny and Steve Haynes, are they here today? There you go, thank you guys very, very much.
Liz Rubicam and Andrew Naismith as well. Thank you very much for what you've done for our program here this summer. Ann and Chris Lynch as well. Richard and Terry Perry. There you go. Sandy and Scott Ringrose. Thank you very much, you guys. Appreciate it very much. The Shindles with Ty Shindle as well. Diane Luciak and Scott McElroy. Long time host family for us as well. Rod and Ian George. Thank them very, very much. Michelle and Todd Talbot. Katrinka and Tyler Green. And Katrinka is our host family coordinator. Tyler gives a ton of support. I believe Katrinka is just getting to the park here right now, or I'd be making her do this, trust me. Richard Moreland, thank you very much for having you got Regan this year. That's great. Sheree Lewis, there you are, Sheree. Stand up, Sheree. No, Sheree, stand up. Stand up. I'm kidding. Sheree, Frankie Neiman this year, that was great. Other guys can pass as well. Don and Rod Fraser, not quite up in their seats up top yet. Want to thank them as well. Trish Dane, had a number of players here this year. Fantastic. Thank you, Trish. Cindy Kent and Dave Garten. There's Cindy right there. Dave is probably in line for a beer, just guessing. Colleen Higgins and Nick Grants. Are they here tonight? Well, thank them. They had the Cal Baptist guys. They're the Cal Baptist house. It's kind of funny that way. Leah and Justin Poundin, if they're here as well today. Amanda Merritt and Jamie Green. As well, Catherine Giovando, Diane Townsend, Ismo Husu, and I know that Shelby Parkinson is right up there. How you doing? Shelby, stand up. Come on. Shelby got a great spot. A block and a half away from the park. It's fantastic. Without the host families, without so many things, but the host families are a huge part of it. It'd be very, very difficult to run this program. Make that actually impossible would be the word. So we want to thank them very, very much for that. We want to thank Wilson's Transportation, Wilson's Group, for being the sponsor of the playoffs as well. Thank them very much. Wilson's Group Stadium, Royal Athletic Park, they are the sponsors as well of the playoffs. We really appreciate that. We have two great groups here tonight. We have Red Arrow Brewing up on top of the Wilson's Group Experience up there, and they're going to be having some fun. Trust me on that one. And Byron and the crew from West Coast Appliance over on the Strathcona rooftop party deck. They're going to be having a lot of fun on that deck here tonight, we can guarantee that. Tonight we want to congratulate the group that's made Victoria proud. You know, it's interesting, 20 years ago today, and David Marty, I don't know if you guys realize this, 20 years ago today, the head Little League team beat Sydney 3-2 at the Canadian Championships on their way to winning in Valleyfield, Quebec, and going to represent Victoria and Canada at the Little League World Series last time that's happened. And 20 years ago today, Michael Saunders was the star of that team. Of course, he went on to play in the big leagues, still in professional baseball. They would go on to play in that Little League World Series, and this town was totally spellbound by that. Well, guess what? Here just a few days ago, basically playing out of the same area in Gordon Head that these guys do, the Victoria Junior Premier Eagles won the 2019 Provincial Championship. At 13-6 in the final in Wally. Here we go. And we want to bring them out and congratulate them. You guys ready for this? The head coach is Dave Auger. The assistant coaches are Bobby Scott and Marty Hall. Come on out, gentlemen. Not able to be here tonight, number 21, Dave Strong, but here are the rest of the players. Number 33, Dominic Biello. Number 12, Tyler Burton. Number 24, Julian Dull. Number 42, Tyrus Hall. Number 27, Carson Hamilton. Number 17, Brandon Lamont. Number 29, Owen Lucchese. Number 23, Oliver Mabey. Number 8, Connor Melanson. Number 13, Ryan Miller. Number 44, Whit Nevins. Number 20, Jacob Papadinic. Number 16, Jack Swinton. Number 4, Jack Walmsley. And number 26, Ryan Whelan. How about a round of applause for these guys who did a great job representing Victoria and the Eagles. much. He's got to give us, help us team out Canada, I think, today.
Yeah, oh, hold on a second. Where he is? There he is. Pax, I need you.
We have one more thing before the game gets going for sure. So let's get over my notes for a second. Every year, around this time, we start doing renewals for season tickets, and we have so much fun getting to do some one-on-one time with our season ticket holders. So many down here, so many in the front section. Anywhere you see those season ticket holder stickers. And we've had one season ticket holder that our coaches have really had fun with this year. He sat right down here in the front. He gets really involved with it. One of our brand new season ticket holders, and I'm going to call you, you know what, your season ticket holder of the year. Why not, Scotty? Scott McRae, our season ticket holder of the year, is going to come out and represent all of our season ticket holders and go to first pitch today, buddy. I want you to go to short done. And Griffin Paxton is going to go catch it for him.
Okay, Jim. Oh, yeah.
Scotty represents all of our season ticket holders who are just so supportive of what we do here, and we greatly appreciate everything they put into this team in supporting us throughout not just the season, but the entire year. Thank you, Scotty. Congratulations, buddy.
Congratulations, Scotty.
Thank you very much. Plate meeting and then anthem.
Just yeah.
Plate meeting and then anthem.
So you're on pause. Don't give him the microphone.
Harvey, 2 words.
He's the troublemaker. The first time you ever spoke.
From Wilson's Group Stadium at Royal Athletic Park, it's Game 2 of the 2019 West Coast League North Division Series between the Wenatchee Applesox and the Victoria HarbourCats. Hi everyone, and thanks for joining us on Shaw Spotlight and Go Live Broadcast. My name is Mike Edwards, along with producer Chris Jaycox in the broadcast truck. Well, first pitch is just moments away. It's must-win time for the HarbourCats, trailing 1-0 in this North Division Series. We will step aside for the anthems, and then we will have first pitch and Game 2 of the 2019 WCL North Division Series right here on Shaw Spotlight and Go Live Broadcasts.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we would ask that you please rise and remove your caps for the singing of the national anthems, brought to you by Herald Engineering Limited, Vancouver Island Consulting Engineers for 25 years. Here to perform the national anthems is Stan the Man Davis.
see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare upon bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Back here on Shaw Spotlight and Go Live broadcast, getting set for Game 2 of the North Division Series. HarbourCats need a win to keep their season alive. Well, it was the Applesox who got out to a 1-0 series lead last night in Wenatchee, thanks in large part to a dominant pitching performance from Jake Somm. And so the this best of 3 series shifts to Victoria here for Game 2, with the HarbourCats backs up against the wall. So despite the fact that Victoria's done a lot this summer, breaking records, winning 39 games in the regular season, it's a simple scenario for them here tonight. If they win, they will force a winner-take-all Game 3 right here at Wilson's Group Stadium tomorrow. If they lose, their season, as good as it has been, will come to a premature end here today. Let's take a look at the game time weather before first pitch here in Victoria. 20 degrees Celsius, 68 degrees Fahrenheit, clear skies, and a fair bit of wind at the moment blowing out to left field. So a great night for baseball. Really good weather, and the HarbourCats take the field in their all baby blue uniforms. The Applesox are wearing the gray pants and the all red uniforms. And the HarbourCats also just taking a look at the road map from yesterday and the trip they made to Wenatchee. What they did was they went down to Wenatchee on Monday night, stayed the night there so that they were set to play on Tuesday. And then yesterday, after the final out, Victoria got on the road and drove back. So the HarbourCats got a bit of sleep, I think, when they got home during the daytime today. So hopefully they're well rested. The Applesox, meanwhile, traveled this morning. They left Wenatchee first thing in the morning, and they've made the trip here to Victoria. So we'll see if the travel at all, or fatigue from the travel, plays any sort of factor in the game here tonight. Well, here's a look at Regan McDonald, the big left-hander, standing at 6'9" from Dallas Baptist, makes his first start of the postseason and his 5th start overall this summer. He's 1-1 with a 4.03 ERA. He's allowed 17 hits and 10 walks in 22 1/3 innings with 31 strikeouts. And McDonald is really a case of a HarbourCats pitcher who has gotten better and better as the season's gone along. In his last 2 starts, he's thrown 5 innings each time. He's allowed just a total of 3 earned runs on 4 hits and 4 walks in those 10 total innings with 19 strikeouts. So he's been excellent of late. and he's looking to continue that positive momentum into this start here tonight with the HarbourCats in need of a good outing from Regan McDonald. We saw the Applesox get a spectacular outing yesterday from their left-handed starter, Jake Somm from UCLA. So McDonald trying to match that and give the HarbourCats something similar here at home this evening. Well, set to get underway. HarbourCats playing what could be their final game in 2019. They need to win here tonight to keep the season going. And here comes the first pitch of the ball game from Regan McDonald to Jashawn Simon, the center fielder that misses off the plate outside. We are underway. That one clocked at 88 on the radar gun. 1 ball, no strikes. Very good crowd on hand here in Victoria for the first playoff game of the summer. They're hoping it's not the last, and the HarbourCats will be giving everything on the diamond out here tonight to make sure that that doesn't happen. 2-0 on Jashawn Simon, leading off the ball game. He also led off yesterday's game, showed a bunt but took up high. It's 3-0. Well, Simon yesterday went 1 for 4, scored a couple runs, and drew a walk. So he did a nice job at top of the order, getting things started for the Applesox. 3-0 pitch. There's a strike from McDonald, and it's now 3-1. We will go through the full Wenatchee order in just a moment. But after Simon, it'll be Brett Gillis, who had a good game as well yesterday for Wenatchee. 3-1 pitch. Misses up high for ball 4. So McDonald walks Jashawn Simon to begin the ball game. And it's a runner at first, nobody out here in the top of the first inning. So here is the rest of the Wenatchee order. Brett Gillis, the third baseman, now stepping in to hit. He'll be followed by the left fielder Tanner Smith. Torrin Montgomery is at first base, batting in the cleanup spot. The shortstop Jason Hereda bats 5th. Justin Lutz, the right fielder, bats 6th. The DH Alex Jamal bats 7th as Jashawn Simon goes for second. The throw down is not in time. So a walk and then a stolen base for Simon here in the top of the first inning. Already a runner in scoring position for Wenatchee. Just to wrap the Wenatchee lineup for tonight's game, it's the DH Jamal batting 7th, Cody Simmons, the catcher, bats 8th, and Spencer Marenko at second base rounds out the order, batting 9th for the Applesox. Gillis at the plate, trying to knock in Jashawn Simon from second here with nobody out. 1 ball, 1 strike now the count on Gillis. Again, he had a good day yesterday, both pitching and hitting for Wenatchee. At the plate, he went 0 for 2, but he did knock in a run with a bases-loaded walk, and he took a pair of walks in the game yesterday. There was a strike, good breaking ball at 78 from McDonald. It's 1-2. Gillis then came into the game to throw the final 2 innings, and it was not a save with a 5-run lead when he came into the game, but he did get the final 6 outs of the ball game and shut the door on any potential HarbourCats comeback. McDonald now is going to step off the rubber and look Simon back to second base. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out, top of the first inning, just getting started here in Game 2 of the North Division Series. McDonald trying to work around that leadoff walk and then a stolen base and keep the Applesox off the board here in the first as he misses down low that time. 2-2 the count. Even count, 2-2 on Brett Gillis. Wave and a miss. McDonald strikes him out, and that's out number 1. Got him to chase that fastball running off the outside edge of the zone. I mentioned the strikeout numbers recently for McDonald have been very good, and that's his first punch out and his first out recorded here in the ball game. So it's a big out at the plate as well, because now it means with a runner at second and 1 out, Applesox cannot manufacture that first run of the game. Going to need another hit. This is Tanner Smith, the left fielder, taking strike 1 from McDonald. After that leadoff walk to Simon, McDonald looks like he's now found the zone. Just got that release point settled in out there on the mound, and now hoping to work through this scoreless first inning. Smith went 2 for 3 with a couple of runs driven in and a run scored yesterday, batting in the 2 spot in the Wenatchee lineup. He's moved down 1 spot to the 3 hole. Here tonight, he takes ball 1 on a breaking ball that dipped down low. But Smith was an important player yesterday for Wenatchee, along with Jermaine Ducham, who also drove in 2 runs. So those 2 combined for 4 of the 5 Wenatchee runs yesterday.
Yes, he did.
Runners trying to take third. McGregor Sharp's throw not going to be in time. So on the pitch that just bounced away a little bit from McGregor Sharp, Deshaun Simon alertly was able to steal third base.
Come on out, here we go.
So now, runner at third, 1 out. Chance here for Smith to knock in a run without necessarily needing a hit. Still early enough in the game, just in the first inning, where the HarbourCats not yet going to bring the infield in. 2-1 from McDonald is a fastball missing up high. It's 3 balls and a strike. Torrin Montgomery waits on deck. He DH'd yesterday. He's at first tonight. We'll see what McDonald's trying to do here on 3-1 to Tanner Smith, who's already, as mentioned, been dangerous in the series. Downstairs, ball 4. So it misses to Smith. Second walk in the inning for Regan McDonald.
1 pitch away.
That might have been a case, though, where McDonald wasn't really super intent on giving Smith something good to hit, because now he walks him to first. Double play enters the equation to get him out of the inning with the potential for a ground ball. And he also avoids having to throw him a strike on a good hitter's count, where you'd expect Smith to be looking to swing. So instead, he's going to take his chances with Torrin Montgomery, who bounces it foul on the first pitch. 0-1. So McDonald here now looking for either a strikeout or a ground ball that the HarbourCats can try to use to turn 2. Montgomery yesterday 1 for 3. Simon at third, Smith at first, 1 away in the top of the first inning. Good take that time by Montgomery as it ran inside and missed for 1 ball and 1 strike. Now the 1-1 pitch. Smith goes. It's a liner off the glove of Gus Wilson, and a run's going to score. It's going to be an infield hit for Montgomery. Simon comes in, and going to second is Smith. So it's 1-0 Wenatchee here in the first inning. And Montgomery will get credit for that RBI, assuming they rule that as a hit. It was hit hard at Gus Wilson, and I think it will eventually be ruled a hit. Would be a tough error to charge on the shortstop Wilson. Both runners go. Sharp's throw. In time, they got him at third. Smith thrown out trying to steal third base. Harrison Spahn just swiped the tag down on his back leg. And it's a big out number 2 for the HarbourCats now. That was, by the way, though, ruled an error on Gus Wilson. So it was kind of one of those that could have gone either way. And it was ruled an error, so Montgomery's not going to get credit for the RBI. But he is still out there at second base, and it's 1-0 for the Applesox here in the first. So the HarbourCats once again are going to be playing from behind. McDonald with a fastball missing down and in. 2 balls and no strikes to Jason Herrera, the shortstop. Herrera went 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts in yesterday's game.
Yeah, I know you're feeling. I like this call.
Montgomery at second with a decent lead here with 2 outs. The 2-0 pitch. And that's going to miss for 3-0. So McDonald has struggled at times in this inning to throw strikes consistently. Behind 3-0, he's now up to 21 pitches in the inning, 14 of them for balls, 7 for strikes. There is a strike. Hereda looked to be taking all the way. And it's now 3-1. Now in this spot with 2 out, runner in scoring position. Should see Hereda be a bit more aggressive here on 3-1. No, he was taking again, and he took another strike. It's 3-2. So a full count, 2 outs, top of the first inning. Regan McDonald looking to limit the damage and keep it to just the 1 run for the Applesox in the first. The 3-2. Rolled on the ground to second. Haney knocks it down. The throw is in time at first, and that's all for the Applesox. In the first, they do score a run and lead 1-0 as the HarbourCats are coming up to hit next on Shaw Spotlight and Go Live broadcasts.
Center field. Dayton Provo going back. This is over his head, and it's over the wall. Kevin Collard will touch them all. The HarbourCats have tied the game 1-1. Bonneau with a fly ball to right field, and this is going to go back and out of here. There's a drive to left field by Alcantara. This is up, and out. Grand slam for A.J. Alcantara. 6-0 for the HarbourCats. This is driven into center field. A base hit for Floyd. Gabor in to score, and it's 3-1 for the HarbourCats.
On we go to the bottom of the first inning, and Nick Playa steps in to lead it off for the HarbourCats, who trailed the Applesox 1-0 here after the top of the first in this must-win Game 2 for Victoria of the North Division Series. Big swing and a miss there by Playa, and it's 0-1. Seth Kuykendall, the 6'3", 185-pound right-hander from Spokane, Washington, and he goes to Western Oregon University. He gets the start for the Applesox here tonight. Another wave and a miss there by Playa, 0-2. Numbers are very good for Kuykendall in the season, 2-2 with a 2.17 ERA and 10 appearances and 6 starts for the Applesox. 0-2 pitch, Playa rolls it to short. Hereda scoops it up. His throw is off the bag, but it's going to be Playa tagged out by Torrin Montgomery for the first out. So Montgomery did not stay on the bag, but he did apply the tag. And so Playa is going to be retired. Here's the full HarbourCats lineup tonight. After Playa, it's the shortstop Gus Wilson. Wilson here stepping in, trying to atone for that error in the first inning, although it was, again, a difficult play for him, one of those that could have been ruled a hit or an error. Wilson with a high fly ball, deep left field, way back and gone. And we are tied at 1. And man, oh man, Gus Wilson sure did atone for that error. Solo home run, his first with the HarbourCats. And Victoria was not trailing for long. So Wilson with a home run off of Kuykendall makes it a 1-1 game here with 1 out in the bottom of the first inning. Griffin Paxton now steps in. Speaking of home runs, Paxton hit 4 of them last week in the series against Port Angeles. 1 ball and no strikes to him. Off the plate, and it's 2-0. Well, here's the rest of the HarbourCats lineup. Griffin Paxton at first base, then Harrison Spahn currently on deck. He's in the cleanup spot at third. The DH Kyle Sherrick bats 5th. Tanner Haney at second base is 6th. Ty Schindel in left field bats 7th. Nick Adams, the right fielder, bats 8th. McGregor Sharp, the catcher, bats 9th. And that is the HarbourCats lineup trying to stave off elimination tonight. Paxton takes a strike on the outer half. It's 3-1. Paxton yesterday went 1 for 4 with a run scored and a couple of strikeouts. Of course, coming off an excellent regular season where he hit .315 with 4 home runs, team leading 31 RBIs. 3-2 count now on Paxton, who, by the way, was also our latest guest on the Catcast, the podcast we've been doing this summer for the HarbourCats. You can keep an eye on that. It should be coming out either tomorrow or on Friday on the HarbourCats social media pages. Paxton takes a walk here with 1 out. And the HarbourCats now thinking about trying to take the lead here in the first after Wilson tied the game. Harrison Spahn is going to step in. He was really you'd say the lone bright spot in the HarbourCats order yesterday. Went 1 for 4 with that double in the 9th inning that scored the lone run of the game for the HarbourCats. It was an absolute rocket that was lined to the base of the wall in left center field. Spahn sends a high fly ball out to deep center field. Back on it towards the warning track, reaching up just in front of the wall is Simon to make the catch. And there's 2 away. Well, Spahn, speaking of hitting balls towards the warning track and the wall, he hit that one close, just got not quite enough on it. So here's Kyle Sherrick. Paxton at first, 2 away. 1-1 ball game here in Game 2 of North Division Series. Kuykendall throws over, and Paxton dives back in. Sherrick 0 for 4 yesterday with a couple of strikeouts, so trying to bounce back here today. He takes strike 1, and it's 0-1 now on him. Well, Sherrick has really come on of late. Last few weeks of the regular season, he finished the year hitting overall .264, 3 home runs, 11 RBIs, and 18 runs scored in 72 at-bats. Also stole 9 bases and was caught just once. So we know he's an excellent threat as well once he gets on base. Trying to do that here with 2 away. 0-1 pitch off the plate for 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, that was a much-needed swing of the bat just a moment ago by Gus Wilson. Really injected some energy into this place. HarbourCats fans got out of their seats. And it's a level score once again. Wave and a miss there by Sherrick. It's 1-2. It's one thing that yesterday the HarbourCats fell behind early, and the Applesox just kind of chipped away with a run here, a run there. And the hole just got deeper and deeper for the HarbourCats to come back from. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed by Sherrick, and that is the inning. So Gus Wilson goes deep to tie the game at 1, and we go to the second here at Wilson's Group Stadium. HarbourCats and the Applesox in Game 2 of the North Division Series.
Red, blue, and white. Pick one and cheer it on. Mark is at go. We'd like to welcome the Victoria Eagles Junior Premier Team, Red Arrow Brewing on the Upper Deck Experience, celebrating this winning Wednesday, and West Coast Appliance Group on the Strathcona Party Deck. It was close to call, but I think we're going to give that one to Red at the very end.
On to inning number 2 here at Wilson's Group Stadium. 1-1 ball game between the HarbourCats and the Applesox. Both teams putting a single run up on the board in that first inning. And so Regan McDonald goes back to work here in the second. And the HarbourCats got him very quickly off the hook after he fell behind. 0-1 here, the count. This is Justin Lutz, the right fielder at the plate, leading off the second inning for Wenatchee. Breaking ball, he did not go, says third base umpire Jaden Sabin. Well, the happiest man in the park, I'm sure, was Gus Wilson after he made that error, what was called an error in the first inning, to tie up the game at 1. But I'm sure McDonald was also equally happy in the HarbourCats dugout watching that ball sail over the fence, because he was not, I don't think, at his sharpest in that first inning, falling behind a couple of hitters. But McDonald has, again, been taken off the hook very quickly after he fell behind in that first. So it's a 1-1 game, and he can try to settle in here and start cruising in this second frame. 2-1 pitch, fastball just up above the zone. It's 3-1. Well, Lutz at the plate, the right fielder for Wenatchee. Also started in right field yesterday as he takes a strike. It's 3-2. He went 1 for 4 in yesterday's game. After him, it'll be Alex Jamal, the DH, and then the catcher Cody Simmons. Count is full, 3-2. He got him with a good breaking ball. Strike 3 called, and that's out number 1. So a much better start to this second inning for Regan McDonald. The umpiring crew, by the way, for this playoff game, we have a 4-man crew. Yesterday in Wenatchee we had a 3-man umpiring crew, but it's good to have the extra one as well so that we have an umpire at every base. First pitch strike from McDonald to Jamal, 0-1. At home plate, Scott Eckhart is calling balls and strikes. John Hollett is at first base, Nick Moore at second, and Jaden Sabin at third. 0-1 from McDonald to Jamal. This is down low, 1-1 strike. HarbourCats defense, by the way, behind Regan McDonald looks like this. Left to right in the outfield, it is Schindel, Playa, and Adams. Spawn is at the hot corner at third, Gus Wilson at short, Tanner Haney at second, Griffin Paxton at first, and McGregor Sharp behind the plate. Another one down low from McDonald. 2-1 now the count. Yesterday, Nick Adams was the DH for the HarbourCats, and Kyle Sherrick was in right field. But today, Adams is in right, and Sherrick is DHing. There's a strike from McDonald to Jamal to even the count, 2-2. Jamal is a two-way player for the Applesox. Just hit a little bit during the regular season, but mainly was used as a pitcher. Now the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 2 in the inning for Regan McDonald, and there's 2 down. McDonald still yet to allow a base hit in the game, but the 2 walks and then the error allowed the run to score. So because it was charged as an error to Gus Wilson, that run was not an earned run on McDonald. And he now has 3 punch-outs in an inning and 2/3. This is the catcher Cody Simmons at the plate, hitting with the bases clear and 2 away in the top of the second inning. Chopper foul towards the Wenatchee dugout. 1-1 strike. Simmons was on base twice yesterday, also starting behind the plate and batting in the 8th spot in the Wenatchee lineup. He went 0 for 2, but walked twice and scored a run. 1-1 pitch from McDonald is popped up, out of play, foul, and it's 1-2. So McDonald 1 good pitch away here from a very quick 1-2-3 inning, which would be a great response for him and the HarbourCats after the home run by Wilson to tie the game. Victoria hoping to get to the bottom of the second, where they'll look to take the lead. Fans get into it, the 1-2. Fastball off the plate, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. The base is empty for Wenatchee. And McDonald sets it the letters. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Softly hit to second. Haney the scoop, the throw to first in time. And it's a 1-2-3 top of the second inning for Regan McDonald. Also a pair of strikeouts, and the HarbourCats and Applesox are tied 1-1 as we head to the bottom of the second.
Every game during our season we do a military recognition thanks to Wilson's Group of Companies, Wilson's Transportation. We like to recognize our military for all they've done for our community and indeed for our country. If you were in the military, a cadet, a veteran, currently serving, could you please stand up for us, please? If you are a family member of somebody in the military, could you please stand up for us right now? All of you who are involved in the military. Yeah, absolutely. What you do in serving our country, have done, continue to do, we thank you greatly. We want to thank you for your service to Canada. Wilson's Transportation thanks you. Thank you very much.
Able to purchase land to build a new public safety building using provincial gaming revenue from hosting Elements Casino Victoria. The new building has larger sleeping quarters, so volunteer firefighters can be on call, on site, and respond to emergencies even faster. The building isn't only home to the town's fire department, though. It also has space for public safety staff and a secondary emergency operations center, too. BCLC, we're community-minded, with your community in mind.
For your HarbourCats, the second baseman from Texas, number 2, Tanner Haney.
Tanner Haney digs in to lead off the second inning for the HarbourCats. 1-1 ball game here in Game 2 of the North Division Series. Gus Wilson with the solo homer in the bottom of the first after the Applesox took the lead in the top half. Hard hit down towards left field, and it's going to get down for extra bases for Tanner Haney to lead off the inning. It might have just tipped off the glove of Tanner Smith in left, but he could not get there. It's a double for Haney, and he's at second with nobody out. HarbourCats will send 6, 7, and 8 to the plate in this inning. Now Ty Schindel steps in. Nick Adams will be next. Kuykendall takes a look back at Haney at second. Decent lead for him out there. Schindel rolls one towards first. Haney paused initially and he gets back to second safely, but unfortunate there that Haney could not get to third on the play. So Nick Adams is going to need to try to come up with a base hit here to get Haney in. Now, it was a ball hit to the right side of the infield where had Haney just gone right away, he surely would have gotten up to second, or to third, I should say, but just a little indecision. He did, though, get back to second, which was the most important thing. Of course, not to turn into an out. Wave and a miss there by Nick Adams on a good breaking ball from Kuykendall. 0-1. Adams coming off a regular season where he was tied for the team lead in home runs with 7, along with 23 RBIs and 21 runs scored. Another swing and a miss by Adams. Looked like maybe the same pitch, a breaking ball. It kind of just fell off the table and dipped down low at the last moment. 0-2 quickly here on Adams, who's going to have to try to protect the zone here. Victoria trying to avoid wasting that leadoff double by Haney. Adams got a piece of it to stay alive. Still 0-2. Well, the defense for Wenatchee tonight looks like this. Left to right in the outfield, it's Tanner Smith, Jashawn Simon, and Justin Lutz. Brett Gillis is at third, Jason Hereda at short, Spencer Marenko at second, Torrin Montgomery at first, and Cody Simmons behind the plate. Another 0-2 coming up to Nick Adams. He hits it on the ground to short. Hereda up with it. The throw is in time at first, and Adams is retired for the second out. So it's going to be now up to McGregor Sharp to try to pick up his teammates here and see if he can find some outfield grass with a 2-out base hit to give Haney a chance to score. Limited at bats for Sharp in the regular season, was a late addition to the HarbourCats roster. Did get his 5 games in, as with a couple other players the HarbourCats added late to be eligible for the postseason. Catcher was a position of tremendous depth for the HarbourCats all throughout the regular season, but as it just so happened to go, all of the HarbourCats catchers had to head back to their schools. So it became a position of not much depth. But McGregor Sharp has come to Victoria from Douglas College. He's a native of North Vancouver, BC. Done a nice job defensively behind the plate, and any offense he can give them would certainly be a welcome bonus too. If he can come up with a 2-out base hit here. Sharp takes in tight, it's 2-1. Good disciplined take that time on a breaking ball that tried to come back to the inside half of the plate, but missed off the inside edge. Still a good lead from second for Tanner Haney. The 2-1 pitch is rolled to third. Gillis is not going to get it. Hereda's throw scooped out at first there by Montgomery, and he held on to it for the out. So the HarbourCats cannot cash in on Tanner Haney's leadoff double. It's 1-1 as we head to the third.
All right, fans, it's time for Herbie to get himself a little bit of exercise. This is the Wenatchee Marathon Maple Trace. Today we have Alex and Ben. All right, on your marks, get set, go! Oh, Harvey's gaining on him. It's going to be a big finish. Oh! There we have it. Ben, test our computers for Wi-Fi. This is safe connected. By the test our 2.0 network, HarbourCats. Stay in touch. That's Wi-Fi network Tessera 2.0, password HarbourCats. Congratulations, Jack Gamble. You won a pair of custom HarbourCats band shoes from Megan Shoes and the Megan Bash. And congratulations, Joyce Copan. You won a gift certificate to Lost One Pasta Bar. Go to the info booth to claim your prize.
But you want evidence? Oh yeah. See? I got this.
Leading off for the Applesox, the second baseman, number 12, Spencer Marenko.
On to inning number 3 here in Victoria. 1-1, still the score between the HarbourCats and the Applesox. Both teams put a run on the board in the first, and both teams quiet in the second. So Regan McDonald back out onto the mound for Victoria. Worked through a 1-2-3 top of the second inning with a pair of strikeouts. After a bit of a shaky first, that was certainly a welcome sight for the HarbourCats to see McDonald look confident on the hill in the second inning. 2 balls and no strikes here to the second baseman, Spencer Marenko, leading off of the inning for Wenatchee. 9-1-2 for the Applesox. Marenko will hit before they go back to the top of their order for Jashawn Simon, and then Brett Gillis after him. Fastball in for a strike to Marenko. It's 2-1. Marenko started to go on that swing, but held up. It's now a 3-1 count. Check that, 2 balls and 1 strike here on Marenko. And the pitch from McDonald. Up high, no, excuse me, it was 3-1, so that was ball 4.
Michael, get Lauken and going.
Run up!
And batting the center fielder number 6, Deshaun Simon.
So back to the top of the order go the Applesox. Deshaun Simon back to the plate. Drew a walk and then came around to score in the first inning, just as he did in yesterday's game as well. Scored the first run of the game for Wenatchee in the first inning. There was a throw over to keep a close eye on Marenko. Might be running over there at first. Not running on this one as he's forced back to first base. In there standing up. Well, for the Applesox, it really has been a tale of 2 halves of their regular season. They sputtered through the first half at 12-15 as the pitch from McDonald misses down low. Simon just started to show bunt, but then pulled back. It's a 1-0 count here. But you look at the Applesox regular season, and for whatever reason, they were just able to flick a switch when the schedule or the records reset to 0-0 at the midway point of the season, because they went 17-10 in the second half. They pushed the HarbourCats all the way to the final week in the second half North Division race. And in the process, they secured by quite some distance the second best overall record in the North Division. And so here they are in the postseason for the first time since 2013. 2-0 pitch. He went around that time. It's a strike, 2-1. Applesox did get swept this past weekend by Corvallis, but they did know at the outset of that series that they would be in the playoffs, so it was not a series that they had to win by any means. And as we know, they did bounce back from that sweep with a Game 1 victory yesterday up in Wenatchee. And if you look at the bigger sample size, more than just this weekend, in the second half, the Applesox have been playing some great baseball. And they've looked to, at least so far, taking that approach here into the first round in the North Division Series. In the dirt, runner goes for second. The throw down, not in time. So on a ball that just scooted away a little from McGregor Sharp, Spencer Marenko takes second base, and it's a 3-1 count on Simon. So a little bit of danger here looming for Regan McDonald in this inning. It becomes a big pitch here, this next one. 3-1 offering to Simon. Runner at second, nobody out. And the pitch up high, ball 4. So first and second, nobody out. HarbourCats now with some bullpen activity down there in the right field bullpen. Ian Sanderson, the pitching coach, is out of the dugout for the HarbourCats to make a slow walk to the mound. Perhaps a bit of a stall tactic just in case this inning blows up on McDonald, to give the HarbourCats right-hander in their bullpen a chance to warm up. But also, of course, in an ideal world, the HarbourCats do not want to remove McDonald this early. They are hoping that he can give them at least another couple innings of good work on the mound before they go to the bullpen. Scott Eckhardt makes the walkout to the mound to try to speed up this mound meeting between Sanderson and Regan McDonald. So Sanderson goes back to the dugout. HarbourCats in a little bit of a jam here to start this top of the third inning. Simon at first, Marenko at second, nobody out. Brett Gillis at the plate. Gillis looked like he was squaring around to bunt, and it missed for ball 1. Also, another occasion of a ball that was blocked by McGregor Sharp, but he could not keep it right in front of him. 1-0 pitch, missing again, 2-0.
Let's go, baby.
Applesox have the meat of their order coming up with runners on, and it's a 2-0 count here to Brett Gillis, who struck out in his first at-bat facing Regan McDonald. The 2-0 pitch. Bunt is popped up, and it's going to be caught by McGregor Sharp for a big out, number 1. So Gillis could not get it down, and that's a big let-off for the HarbourCats here to keep both base runners where they are and get essentially a free out. Tanner Smith is going to hit next. He walked in his first at-bat, or his first plate appearance. Still not out of trouble by any means, though. McDonald on the mound, first and second, now 1 out in the top of the 3rd inning. Score is tied 1-1. McDonald trying to keep it that way. High fastball that misses for 1 ball and no strikes. So again, McDonald has fallen behind here with that first pitch ball. Trying to get back in the zone to Tanner Smith. Now the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball that misses outside. It's now 2-0.
Get your ground ball now. Here we go.
Last pitch was number 55 for Regan McDonald. He's thrown 22 of them for strikes and 33 of them for balls. 2-0 pitch. Missing. It's 3-0. So McDonald trying to avoid walking the bases loaded. He's through 2 1/3, has yet to allow a hit in the game, but he has walked 4 and struck out 3. The 1 run he allowed was not earned. 3 balls, no strikes. And the pitch to Smith. Up high, ball 4. So that does load the bases. And it's a 4-pitch walk issued from Regan McDonald to Tanner Smith to set up Torrin Montgomery with a chance to knock in a run. And I think that's going to be it for McDonald. He is not going to get the chance to face Montgomery. HarbourCats going to the bullpen early in this must-win game in the top of the 3rd inning. Bases loaded, 1 out, and a pitching change for Victoria. Two pitches hit well down the left field line, going back, looking up, and it is gone. And the pitch. This one grounded up the middle, could be 2. There's the flip to second for 1, Haney to first, double play. And Fox is set for another 2-2. Swing and a miss, he got him. And those double play balls as well have helped him out. This one is caught on a dive. No, it's knocked down. The throw to first in time. Wagenseller with a high fly ball, deep left center field, and it is gone! And he's 5th in the league in RBIs as he grounds 1 to 3rd, charging it with the bare hand spawn. The throw is in time! And the 1-2 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Well, here's a ball hit well in the air, deep to left field, and this ball is gone! 0-2. Swing and a miss, he got him. And the 2-2. Strike 3 called. He got him. Griswold hit hard towards the hole. Diving stop made by Bigford. He gets to his feet, and that's the inning. And Lewis is running right away for second, and he is safe as the ball tips off him. And he'll now head on for 3rd, and he's coming home. Here's Lewis for the plate, and he is safe. that if they work hard, they can still have a chance to make it in the West Coast League. There's a flip on to second, and that's the ball game. Eccles gets the ground. Bases loaded, one out in the top of the third inning. The Applesox threatening to try to take the lead back here in Game 2 of the North Division Series. And with the HarbourCats needing a win to stave off elimination tonight, Todd Haney cannot afford to give any one pitcher too long of a leash. So he goes to the pen here for Josh Lokinen, and there's a first pitch strike to Torrin Montgomery at 86 on that fastball. Lokinen from Nanaimo, BC, goes to Cloud County Community College in Kansas. Stands at 6'2", 190 pounds, and he makes his 4th appearance of the summer and his 3rd. Excuse me, he makes his 4th appearance of the summer. 2 of them were starts and 1 relief appearance. Lokinen, though, does have, as a starter, he does have a fair bit in his arm. So if he pitches well, could give the HarbourCats some good innings here. He's ahead 0-2 on Montgomery. Base runners for Wenatchee: Marenko at third, Simon at second, and Smith at first. 0-2. Lokinen looking for a punch out at the plate. Bouncing ball towards short. Wilson to Haney for 1, on to first, not in time. They do get the lead runner, but Montgomery was able to leg out the fielder's choice, so he picks up an RBI, and it's 2-1 Applesox.
McGregor.
Bit of a slow developing play. That ball was not hit awfully hard on the ground to Wilson at short, so no chance to turn 2. That run there is charged to McDonald. Simon now at third is his responsibility as well. Of course, Montgomery at first is not. One ball and no strikes. Here to Jason Herrera, the shortstop. Runners at the corners, 2 away now in the top of the third inning. 1-0 pitch. A strike. Good fastball painting the outside corner, and it's 1-1. All things considered, if Lokinen could get Herrera here to get out of this inning, considering that he came into a spot with the bases loaded and 1 out, for the HarbourCats does need to get that final out. Diving back in. Montgomery stole second on that play, so he's up there in scoring position. Potential for a 2-run single if Herrera can find some outfield grass here with a 2-out base hit. Big spot here for Lokinen, trying to limit the damage, keep the HarbourCats behind by just 1 run. Runners at second and third, 2 outs, and a 1-2 count. Lokinen set, the pitch. Up high, and it misses for 2-2.
Hey, we're going up.
That pitch might have been up high by design that time. Set up Herrera with a high fastball to change the eye level. We'll see if he goes down low this time and tries to get him to fish in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And it missed outside. It's a full count, 3-2. So Herrera with a couple of good takes. Lokinen does have first base open, which he may elect to use, or he may elect to throw Herrera a ball here to see if he can get him to chase outside the zone, and if he doesn't, it doesn't hurt him that much. 3-2. Outside, ball 4. So Herrera does draw his walk, and the base is loaded once again. And now Lokinen will try his luck with Justin Lutz. Does look odd, but still in this game, the lefty or the Applesox without a base hit. They have 2 runs though on no hits. HarbourCats have committed an error. Nothing in 1 pitch here to Lutz. And Lokinen delivers. It's lifted in the air down the third base line, back out of play. and it lands on top of the Strathcona Hotel rooftop party deck. No balls, 2 strikes now. So once again, Lokinen is ahead, and most importantly, he's come out of the bullpen throwing strikes, which is exactly what the HarbourCats needed him to do. Simon at third, Montgomery at second, Hereda at first. 2 outs in the top of the 3rd inning. Applesox have a run across. They lead 2-1. And the 0-2 delivery from Lokinen. Check swing. They say no swing at third base. Jaden Sabin, third base umpire, denies the appeal. So it's now 1-2 on Lutz. Fans getting back into it. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with the high fastball. And that ends the inning. Applesox do get a run, but Josh Lokinen limits the damage, and it's 2-1 Wenatchee as we head to the bottom of the 3rd.
Section 11. Hi folks, how are you? What's your name? Tayani and Stacy? Alright, we're going to play the waiting game, and this is really simple. You know how this works? You know how it works? So I can give you a prize right now, or you can wait. If the HarbourCats are winning at the end of 7, you get a bigger, better prize. What do you think? Are the HarbourCats going to be winning later on? Yeah, he's a believer. What's the phrase that pays? Go Cats. Right? All right. I will see you guys at the end of the 7th inning with your bigger, better prize. Thanks for playing tonight. That's the waiting game, brought to you by The Waiting Game. Oh yeah. Leading off for your HarbourCats. Center fielder from Cal Baptist, number 23, Nick Playa.
Nick Playa steps in to begin the bottom of the 3rd inning for the HarbourCats. They trail once again by a run. And now the score 2-1 in favor of Wenatchee. Playa takes a breaking ball outside, 1-0. Playa's walk-up song, of course, the Baby Shark walk-up song really has been a hit here at Wilson's Group Stadium the last few weeks when they've started playing it. Fans have gotten in on the Shark clap. Even the Port Angeles Lefties got in on it in the away dugout last weekend when they were here. When Playa came up to hit, a number of the players were doing it. Didn't see too many Applesox, though, a moment ago. Perhaps this being a playoff game has something to do with that. 2 balls and a strike to Playa, leading off the bottom of the 3rd inning for Victoria. There's a strike, it's 2-2. Good breaking ball from Kuykendall. It was a fairly long layoff for him in the top of the 3rd inning with a pitching change and a lot of traffic on base for Wenatchee. Quick pitch there on Playa. And it misses outside, 3-2. Interesting there on 2-2 that Kuykendall sped up his delivery. Playa, though, did not chase it. Certainly would take a walk to start this bottom of the 3rd inning. The 3-2 pitch on its way. Playa sends a fly ball in the air out to right center field. Simon drifts over to it, and he puts it away for the first out. So Playa retired here to begin the bottom of the 3rd inning. Now Gus Wilson, who has supplied all the offense so far for Victoria with his solo homer back in the 1st inning. He came up in a spot where the HarbourCats trailed by a run, took Kuykendall over the wall in left field and made it 1-1. So he's in a similar position here. There is a breaking ball catching the inside half of the plate. No balls and a strike to Gus Wilson. Breaking ball running down and outside. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Griffin Paxton will be next for the HarbourCats.
It was blocked. I thought you got that.
Foul there by Wilson, 1-2. It is strange to look up at the scoreboard and see 2 runs on the board for Wenatchee when they have still yet to record a base hit. But they have made the use of all the walks that they drew. Patient approach at the plate, and it paid off for them. Swing and a miss there by Wilson. He strikes out on the breaking ball downstairs. It's 2 away now in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
The first baseman from the University of Texas, San Antonio, number 33, Griffin Paxton.
Go, Griff.
So here's Griffin Paxton trying to get something going with 2 outs here in the home half of the 3rd inning. First pitch from Kuykendall to Paxton. Hit on the ground, foul past first base. No balls and a strike. Paxton drew a walk in his first plate appearance tonight. Harrison Spahn will be next after him. 0-1 is going to miss for 1-1. Well, the HarbourCats were able to strike back right away with that Wilson homer in the bottom of the 1st after they fell behind. 1-1 pitch to Paxton is down low for 2-1. But nothing much doing so far in this bottom of the 3rd inning as they try to do the same. Get right back on the scoreboard to erase the deficit. Paxton a swing and a miss. It's 2-2. It's one of those things when you are in an elimination game with your backs against the wall and you see your team losing, it becomes more and more difficult to overcome the deficit the longer it lingers. So the HarbourCats trying to see if they can tie the game or take the lead here as soon as they can, as opposed to letting that deficit linger on. It's 3-2 on Griffin Paxton. There's another quick pitch there a moment ago from Seth Kuykendall. Payoff pitch, breaking ball, misses for ball 4. So it's not a 1-2-3 inning for Kuykendall. Paxton takes his walk, and Spahn now will get a chance to hit.
Now batting the 3rd baseman from Cal Baptist, number 6, Harrison Spahn.
Spahn hit a ball hard his first time up, all the way to the warning track in straightaway center field, just about to the deepest part of the yard. Tied for the team lead with 7 homers during the regular season. Also hit .283. And Spahn takes ball 1 from Seth Kuykendall. Paxton at first, 2 away. HarbourCats trailing 2-1 here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. One-0 pitch, swing and a foul back to the screen from Spahn. Even count now 1-1.
I want to give a round of applause for our bat boys, brought to you by Tim Horton.
Kuykendall back with the lead after he gave up the lead very quickly after the Applesox got it for him in the 1st inning. He's ahead by a score of 2-1, and he throws over to check on Paxton at first. We saw how good Jake Somm was yesterday on the hill for the Applesox. His 7 scoreless innings. Spahn a wave and a miss at that big looping curveball. It's 1-2 now. It's always a tough act to follow when you're the day after, and you're the starting pitcher the day after a great outing like Somm put forth yesterday. But Kuykendall has been good so far for Wenatchee, trying to keep them ahead here by a run. 1-2 pitch, Spahn, a fly ball out to deep left center field. Simon back at the wall. It is gone. A 2-run homer for Harrison Spahn. And the HarbourCats take the lead 3-2. That ball just crept over the wall in left center, but they all count the same. A big home run for Spahn puts Victoria in front. It was a 2-out, 2-strike, 2-run homer. And it's 3-2 now for Victoria. Check that Kyle Sherrick first before Tanner Haney. And then Ty Schindler would be after him. But Sherrick now at the plate. Jashawn Simon had a good effort at that ball. He was going full speed back towards the wall in left center, but he could not pull it back in the yard. Fastball misses above the zone to Sherrick, and it's 2-2. Well, let's see now if the HarbourCats can take advantage of that home run, their second long ball of the game. See if they can keep the offense coming. Sherrick with a ground ball up the middle. Knocked down there by Marenko. The throw wild to first. Sherrick on his way to second base. He is safe. And with 2 outs, the HarbourCats have another runner in scoring position. And Tanner Haney, who is 1 for 1 with a double in his first at bat, stepping in here to try to knock Sherrick in. Well, I mentioned the HarbourCats responding right away, and right after I said that, Harrison Spahn hit the big home run. Something that Victoria has done all year long. This is not something new to them. Whenever they've been behind, and hey, they haven't been behind often in games, but whenever they have, they seem to just rally the guys in the dugout. They come up when it's their turn to hit, and whatever the deficit is, they're intent on erasing it right away. It's a good quality to have, of course, in a ball club when you're trailing. HarbourCats, though, seem to have the same approach no matter what the score was, whether they were behind, tied, or ahead. Always thinking attack mode, trying to add to whatever their run total was. Haney had to back out of the way of it as it almost hit him. It's 2 balls and a strike. Sherrick with good speed off of second. Should be scoring on anything to the outfield here off the bat of Tanner Haney. It is 2 balls and 1 strike. Kuykendall set at the belt, and the pitch. Haney a swing and a foul away, 2-2.
Foul ball is brought to you by Simpson CPA, a full-service accounting firm with the ease of monthly payments. Sounds too good to be true, but it isn't.
So the HarbourCats now looking for another 2-out, 2-strike hit. See if they can get another run across in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The 2-2. Haney with a bouncing ball to deep third. Gillis backs up, throws across the diamond, and it's right on the money at first to get Tanner Haney to retire the side. But Harrison Spahn with a big swing of the bat. His 2-run homer has propelled the HarbourCats into the lead, 3-2 as we head to the middle innings.
By throwing the ball through the hole in La Tortilla Mexicana restaurant sign. Today we have Pat. Let's see what you got, Pat. The windup. Almost. All right, great try, man. Restaurant La Tortilla Mexicana Mama's Authentic Recipes, located just blocks down the street at 1205 Quandra Street. The Victoria HarbourCats and Go Live broadcast teamed up to provide live stream broadcasting of every home game throughout the season. If you can't make it to the park, go to our team website and access the Go Live broadcast, contributing to select games on Shaw TV. Fans, if you have not been to the merchandise booth tonight, what is stopping you? All kinds of great deals. Go down, talk to Ray, say, Ray, give me a good deal on something. We got playoff gear, we got game worn gear, we've got it all.
This is so good.
Let me show you why. Our growers, they select the beans, not as easy as it seems. This one's perfect, that one too. So many great beans to brew. Premium Arabica, ship them off to Canada. Arrive at our roastery, sorting, roasting every bean. Taste test each cup. Coffee masters.
On to inning number 4 here at Wilson's Group Stadium. HarbourCats have changed the mood inside Wilson's Group Stadium here after that Harrison Spahn 2-run home run. Made it from a 2-1 Applesox lead to a 3-2 HarbourCats lead. And now the task for Josh Laukkanen is to try to hold it and get through the middle frames here for Victoria. Alex Jamal hits one on the ground to short. Wilson gloves it. The throw is in time. And that is out number 1. Well, the benefit of having Laukkanen come in here, he did a nice job just being able to limit the damage to just the one run in the top of the third inning in relief of Regan McDonald. But Laukkanen was a starter all year at Cloud County Community College. He made 11 starts and went 8-2 for the T-Birds. And he's also made 2 starts recently towards the end of the HarbourCats regular season in the West Coast League. So he should have a fair bit in his arm, and he's looked very good on the mound so far, trying to keep that going and working with the lead. 1 ball and 1 strike here to Cody Simmons. This is the bottom third of the order for Wenatchee in this top of the 4th inning. Jamal Simmons and Marenko. Simmons hits a high fly ball out to straightaway center. Playa backs up a couple steps and reaches up to make the play. There's 2 down.
Get it in there, boy.
So a pair of quick outs for Laukkanen. That'll help as well if he can get through some quick innings and some quick at-bats, keep the pitch count down. That certainly would help the HarbourCats' cause also. This is Spencer Marenko, who started out the last inning by drawing a walk, and then he came around to score that run that the Applesox pushed across in the top of the third. Took a first pitch ball from Laukkanen. Now the 1-0 is swung on and missed. It's 1-1. Lights have just come on here at Wilson's Group Stadium. It's a great night to be out at the park to watch some playoff baseball. A warm evening, not a cloud to be found in the sky, and the HarbourCats now in the lead 3-2, and Laukkanen is ahead of Spencer Marenko 1-2. And here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss, he got him. 1-2-3 go the Applesox in the top of the 4th. HarbourCats still in front 3-2 as we head to the bottom half.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the tire race. Our contestants today are Hayden and Pat. They're going to roll those tires out past Harvey and back.
We were getting married in the most beautiful rural setting. My mom got sick and couldn't be with us for our big day. I was heartbroken. Thankfully, we discovered ExploreNet. They responded right away and connected us to high-speed internet. Our big day was incredible because it felt like Mom was there.
ExploreNet. Connect to what matters.
Fans, a reminder, end of the roll 50-50 is being looked after by the Victoria Rainbow Kitchen and Eagles Club. Please support this great program. Leading off for your HarbourCats, the left fielder from San Diego Christian, number 13, Ty Schindel.
Ty Schindel at the plate to begin the HarbourCats half of inning number 4. Right after the Applesox sent the bottom third of their order to the plate in the top of the inning, and Josh Laukkanen retired the side. 1-2-3. HarbourCats will do the same here. Schindel, Adams, and then Sharp. 7, 8, and 9. Schindel starts it off with a base hit into right field. Not waiting around, he went after that first pitch and came through with a solid base hit between first and second. So here's Nick Adams. If you include the home run that Spawn hit and add it to his regular season total of 7, Spawn now has taken over the home run lead for the overall season for the HarbourCats, ahead of both Nick Adams and Nick Playa. Adams with a fly ball foul down the right field line, so it's 0-1. Perhaps, though, that could serve as some motivation for Adams here to try to follow suit. We know that when he connects with him, Nick Adams, the ball goes a long way. If you had to nitpick at his overall numbers, though, the strikeouts were a little high for him, but he was an excellent source of power whenever he did get in the lineup, and he's been red hot of late to close out the regular season. Really, all of his numbers across the board have been on the rise coming into the postseason, which is a good way to be for Nick Adams. 1 ball and 1 strike. Adams, though, did take an 0 for 3 yesterday, so trying to bounce back here today. Even count here, 1-1. Schindel on at first, nobody out. Bottom of the 4th, a throw over. Schindel almost lunged the wrong way. He was starting to lean towards second, but dove back in safely. Would be a good spot here for the HarbourCats to try to send Schindel. Not running on this pitch. Adams a swing and a miss. It's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes now on Nick Adams. The pitch from Kuykendall is a fastball missing inside, and on the hands there of Nick Adams. 2-2. Adams out towards the gap in right center field. This ball is going to be run down by Simon. It was dropping quickly, but it just hung up a little too high for Simon in center. So Adams retired, but a loud out number 1. And that'll bring in McGregor Sharp for his second plate appearance. Sharp 0 for 1 so far. 1 on and 1 out now for the HarbourCats. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning, trying to add on to their 3-2 lead. Back and forth game so far. Applesox opened the game in the top of the 1st with a run. HarbourCats responded. This is a rocket foul off the bat of Sharp. Schindel also was running on that pitch, but he'll be forced to go back to first. So the Applesox opened the scoring in the 1st. HarbourCats responded in the bottom of the inning with a Gus Wilson solo homer. Then the Applesox back in front in the top of the 3rd inning by a score of 2-1. Another check on Schindel, who's back in once more. Harrison Spahn, though, coming through with a 2-out, 2-strike homer that scored a 2. Little bloop out to shallow right field. Could be trouble. Nice running catch is made at second there by Marenko. He was the only Applesox who was going to get to that ball, and he kind of, with his back to the infield, almost an over-the-shoulder catch.
Now batting, the center fielder from Cal Baptist, number 23, Nick Playa.
So here now is Nick Playa, runner at first, 2 away. HarbourCats 3 runs on 5 hits and an error so far. Applesox with 2 runs on no hits, and they also have committed 1 error. Playa takes a fastball at 81 down below the knees. Ball and no strikes. Now the 1-0 pitch is a breaking ball that misses for 2 balls and no strikes. Did see Schindel try to break for second once in the inning, not running this time as Playa rolls it foul. 2-1 now.
How you fellas doing?
Might see on this next pitch, could be an opportunity for Schindel to try to run, steal second, and get himself into scoring position for Playa.
Plum?
Now the 2-1 pitch. In the dirt, Schindel running for second. The throw is offline. And Schindel's going to be safe as it skips into center field. Well, if that throw was on the bag, Schindel would have been out by a little distance, but he was fortunate. The throw is not a great one from Simmons behind home plate. So it's a good hitter's count now, 3-1 on Nick Playa. Schindel in scoring position. HarbourCats trying to add on another run to their narrow 1-run lead. The 3-1 to Playa. Good breaking ball. Gets the outside corner. It's 3-2. Playa, I don't think, thought that one stayed on the outside corner. I think he felt that might have been ball 4, but it's now a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Gus Wilson waits on deck. Should Playa reach here with 2 away. Here's the payoff pitch from Kuykendall. Playa hits it on the ground to third. Gillis scoops it up. He's going to tag Ty Schindel out, and that is the inning. HarbourCats held off the board in the bottom of the fourth, but they still lead 3-2 as we head on to inning number 5 here on Shaw Spotlight and Go Live Broadcasts.
All right, now let me see. Okay. Ashley, how are you doing today? Good, how are you? Started to play basic baseball interviewers on location here on the state. We got the track,
Nothing in one pitch. Chopper on the ground to third. Coming home with it is Ye, stepping on the plate for one. Down to first, a double play. Fox is set for another 2-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. And he swings away at the first pitch. Shallow left center. This ball will be caught by Playa as he dives to make the catch. And that's the ball game. Smith will bluff, and now he'll come in as the throw is a wild one, and Smith will score. Runner goes, it's chopped up the middle. Stepping on the bag for one is Smith. The throw to first is in time, double play. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He struck him out to end the inning. And the 1-2 is hit hard, and it's caught by Po Jui Wong on the mound. What a play. On now to inning number 5 here in Victoria. Shadows taking up most of the field now as we are approaching 8 o'clock local time here in Victoria. Josh Laukinen goes back to work after a very quick 1-2-3 inning in the top of the 4th. He faces, though, this time the top of the Wenatchee order, just buzzing Jashawn Simon there up and in. Brett Gillis, then Tanner Smith after him. 2 balls and no strikes to start out this at-bat. 2-0 pitch, and he went for a strike. Might have been a called strike anyway. 2-1. Sun setting here in Victoria. It's been a great night for baseball. Weather-wise, that's for sure. That one came inside and hit Simon, so he's going to take first base on a hit-by-pitch to start the top of the 5th. So the tying run on base for Wenatchee here in the top of the 5th inning, and nobody out.
They'll be running. Be ready, McGregor.
That'll bring the third baseman, Brett Gillis, into hit. Simon, we know, is a threat to steal a base. Certainly speed a weapon for him over there at first as they check on him. Back in safe. Gillis 0 for 2 with a strikeout so far on his line. Still the Applesox in search of their first hit in the game, but they have 2 runs already.
Here we go now.
Another throw over to look at Simon. Try to keep him close. Another throw. Victoria certainly weary of the speed that Simon has. Keeping a very close eye on him over there. Simon not running on the first pitch. It's a fastball missing upstairs to Gillis. 1 ball and no strikes. That's the one thing, though, you do have to be careful with. If you're Josh Laukinen and the HarbourCats, of course, you want to keep Simon close over there, but you don't want to take your mind off the main task at hand, and that is getting outs at the plate. Another one missing, 2-0. Laukinen came in with 1 out in the top of the 3rd inning, got the last 2 outs. Did allow 1 run to score while in the process of getting an out, so it was not charged to him because he inherited the bases loaded. And then he worked through a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the 4th, so he's just walked the 1 batter, and that's Jashawn Simon standing over there at first base. He struck out 2. 2-0 pitch, missing for 3-0. So all the work that Laukinen's done to keep Simon close is going to be for naught if he loses Gillis here and walks him. There's a strike. It's 3-1. Gillis looked to be taking all the way.
They'll be running.
Now it's an area that the HarbourCats identified from last year that was a weakness in their pitching staff. The fact that they just seemed to walk too many guys last summer. And so they identified pitchers with very low walk rates in college for this summer. That one misses upstairs, and it's ball 4. So it is a walk issued by Lokinen to Gillis. But the HarbourCats recruited and on purpose went after guys on the pitching side that don't walk a lot of batters, that challenge hitters at the plate, throw a lot of strikes. Now, unfortunately, the HarbourCats, while they did get a lot of benefit from that throughout the regular season, with so many of the HarbourCats players, both pitchers and position players, being forced to leave the team to go back to their colleges, the HarbourCats have been left with a much more limited selection of arms to use for this playoff run. First pitch was fouled away there by Tanner Smith, so Lokinen is ahead here, 0-1. Simon at second, Gillis at first, nobody out, top of the 5th. Tying run in scoring position, chance for the Applesox potentially to manufacture that tying run. They don't necessarily need another base hit to get that run in if they play their cards right. Gillis looked to be bunting, or I should say Smith, but he took a strike. It's 0-2.
Get greedy now.
I think Smith thought that that was going to be running outside for a ball, which is why he pulled his bunt back. But it's now 0-2, so a risk to put down a bunt here. He might have to just be swinging away. Lokinen ahead, 0-2. In the dirt, gets away from McGregor Sharp, and that does the job that the bunt was supposed to do. For Smith, it gets both runners into scoring position, and there's nobody out. So, trouble now for Lokinen to try to keep the HarbourCats ahead here in this inning. Victoria's not bringing the infield fully in, but is in a little bit, especially at the corners. Tanner Haney also about halfway in on the infield dirt at second. Wilson maybe just a little further back at short, swinging a foul back. It's 1-2. Lokinen is still ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes here on Tanner Smith in a clear strikeout situation now with 2 runners in scoring position and nobody out. Trying to find one more good pitch to get him on strikes and keep the base runners where they are. The 1-2. That one close, but missing off the plate, and it's 2-2. Torrin Montgomery will be next. He's a dangerous hitter for Wenatchee. Lokinen looks in for the signs from McGregor Sharp. And the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him with that high fastball. Big punch out for Lokinen, and there's one down. So here's Montgomery. Lokinen looking for another punch out here to try to keep those base runners stationary. Montgomery on the flip side, his task will be just put something in play and try to tie the game, or perhaps take the lead if he can come up with a base hit. Does not necessarily, though, need a hit. Fly ball deep enough for a ground ball up the middle should get Jashawn Simon with his speed home from third. There's a good breaking ball across for a strike to Torrin Montgomery. Montgomery in this game, 0 for 2, but he did drive in a run with a fielder's choice in his last at bat. Now the 0-1 pitch. Driven down the line. This ball is going to go foul. Well, that one nearly gave Wenatchee the lead. Montgomery was out in front of it, and he's now behind 0-2. It's pretty incredible that still Wenatchee does not have a base hit, but they're threatening to score another run, or perhaps even more than just one run here in this top of the 5th inning. Lokinen in command, 0-2, has a couple pitches to try to get a chase from Montgomery here. And the pitch, fouled back. course, in this playoff game, the quick three-game series, the best of 3 series. HarbourCats dropping game 1 yesterday, so their backs are against the wall today. So much riding on every pitch, every out, every inning. Laukkanen doing everything he can on the hill, trying to keep the HarbourCats in the lead, 3-2. Another 0-2 pitch to Montgomery, and it's downstairs. Good block there by McGregor Sharp. Of course, pivotal that anything in the dirt he keeps in front of him to avoid Jashawn Simon being able to score from third. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase in the dirt. Tag applied. And there's 2 down. Laukkanen not out of the woods yet, but he's got through the hard part. Now just needs any out to get through a scoreless top of the 5th, despite having runners at 2nd and 3rd. And no outs in the inning. Couple of strikeouts for Laukkanen. Now he's going to face Jason Herrera, who is 0 for 1 with a walk so far. First pitch to Herrera is a strike on the outer half. Well, again, he's not out of the woods yet, but what an effort this has been so far from Laukkanen in this high pressure, high leverage situation in the top of the 5th inning. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball outside, it's 1-1. Laukkanen now just looking for any out to finish off this inning. Herrera, though, looking to pick up his teammates with a 2-out base hit that could give Wenatchee the lead. The 1-1 pitch, fouled back, it's 1-2. And you can really sense in this inning, as soon as the walks happened and Wenatchee started to threaten, the air kind of lifted out of the park. Fans holding their breath a bit. But they're getting back into it now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2nd and 3rd, 2 away, top of the 5th inning. And the pitch from Laukkanen. He did not go, says third base umpire Jaden Saban. It's 2-2. Even count now, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Laukkanen will step off here and go through the signs with McGregor Sharp once again. The 2-2. Missing off the plate, 3-2. Laukkanen now approaching 50 pitches since he came into the game in relief. He's thrown now 48. Might have 1 or maybe even 2 more innings in him if he can get through it quickly, but first order of business, trying to get Jason Herrera here. The payoff pitch. Bounced up the middle to short. Wilson, the glove, the throw is a little low, but scooped at first by Paxton. And what a marvelous job by Josh Laukkanen to get out of that jam with 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. Pair of strikeouts and a ground ball to short does the job for Laukkanen and the HarbourCats. Keeps Victoria in front, 3-2. We're halfway home at Wilson's Group Stadium.
You put your hand on your head. If you're right, you're alive. If you're not, you're sitting down. Okay, here we go.
He's a chopper to third base. Charging it is Spahn. The bare hand throw. He got him. What a play. Harrison Spahn. This one hit right back up the middle. Could be 2. Spahn the dive. The flip to second. And that's a double play. Count is 1-0. And a Wallien drive. Deep left field. And it is gone. And the 1-2. Is hit hard, and it's caught by Pojui Wong on the mound. What a play. Lightning quick reflexes, and another 2-2. Breaking ball, strike 3 called. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And he swings away at the first pitch, shallow left center. This ball will be caught by Playa as he dives to make the catch. This one right back to the mound, going to second with it for 1, back to first, and that's a double play. Driven high in the air, deep right field. Feist looking up, and it is gone. To the bottom half of inning number 5, HarbourCats somehow still in the lead. What a job it was by Josh Laukkanen to escape that jam in the top of the inning, keeping the HarbourCats in the lead. And Gus Wilson now steps in. Wilson is swinging a foul on that first pitch. 0-1. Nice catch made there by a fan as well in row 2. Deflected off the netting and then kind of popped up for that fan to make a play. That one runs inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. HarbourCats now trying to take advantage of what was a masterful job by Josh Laukkanen. See if they can now extend their 1-run lead. They kind of got out of jail in that top of the 5th inning. Wilson takes downstairs 2-1. That might be the last inning for Laukkanen. We have HarbourCats right-hander now warming up in the bullpen. Now the 2-1 pitch. And it misses for 3-1.
Come on, Gus.
2, 3, and 4 for the HarbourCats in this inning. Wilson, Paxton, and Spawn. And the 3-1 from Kuykendall is outside, ball 4. So Wilson starts the inning with a leadoff walk for the HarbourCats. That's the 3rd free pass Kuykendall has allowed. Overall, he's been pretty good. Aside from the 2 home runs he's given up, he's gone now 4+ innings, 5 hits, 3 walks, 3 earned runs, and 2 strikeouts. Looks like the pitching coach for Wenatchee, that is Tyler Vondracek, he's out of the dugout for the Applesox to have a word here with Kuykendall, try to settle him back down. But you get the sense that if the HarbourCats can get some runs in this inning, or even just 1 run, but maybe more than that, that can be a massive momentum changer both in this game and in this series, because the Applesox were threatening to tie the game or take the lead in the top of the inning. They were held off the board, and now Victoria with a leadoff walk to Gus Wilson to start the bottom of the inning, trying to push a run or 2 across themselves to make it a bigger lead than just the 1 run. Every run is so important in the playoffs. You just never know how much insurance you might need, and of course it's a much easier job for the opposition to come back from a 1-run deficit than it is a multi-run deficit. Still though, by the way, Wenatchee does not have a hit yet in the ball game, and we're halfway home. Hit softly to second, not going to get 1. The throw goes to first to get Paxton. Gus Wilson was running on the pitch, and it's a good thing he was, because that would have been a tailor-made double play ball to second had he not been running. But because he was running, he's safe at second. It's just the 1 out on the play. And Harrison Spawn will step in here, looking to knock in Gus Wilson from a scoring position at second base here with 1 out. They're going to issue the free pass to Spawn, and that's a massive sign of respect, given how he's been swinging the bat lately. Spawn has been very impressive in recent weeks. The Applesox are saying, you know what, we're going to let someone else beat us. So Kyle Sherrick is going to be the guy who steps in here with now first and second. And Sherrick, let's see what he can do here. We'll see if the Applesox live to regret putting Spawn at first. That one cued off the end of the bat. Could be a tough play. Sherrick is safe, and it goes up the line. In to score is Wilson. Spawn gets the stop sign, and it's 4-2 HarbourCats. Well, it was almost a swinging bunt from Kyle Sherrick. He ends up at second base. And the HarbourCats have 2 in scoring position with 1 out. Spawn is now at third. And it looks like on just 1 pitch after they decided to issue Spawn the free pass that they might live to regret that decision, because Haney's at the plate. HarbourCats don't need a hit to get Spawn in from third, but the infield has been brought in now by Wenatchee. So Haney's going to have to get it out of the infield, deep enough to the outfield if it's a fly ball, or a base hit, of course, would also do the job. It's been ruled as an error, of course, to the catcher Cody Simmons that allowed Sherrick to reach base. Second error in the game for Wenatchee. It's now a 4-2 HarbourCats lead. Runners at second and third, and one out in the bottom of the 5th inning. This has not been what you'd call a trademark HarbourCats performance, but they're battling. They're trying to get some more runs on the scoreboard any way they can as Haney fouls it away. 0-1. Spawn at third, Sherrick at second. Again, the infield in for the Applesox here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So they don't want to fall behind by any more than the 2 runs. 0-1 pitch from Kuykendall to Haney. There's a strike, 0-2. Ty Schindel would be next. He singled in his last at bat. Up and in on Tanner Haney as he backs out of the way of it, 1-2. Bullpen still quiet for Wenatchee, so this is certainly Kuykendall's inning to finish. The 1-2 pitch to Tanner Haney. Wave and a miss in the dirt. Simmons throws it down to first. Spawn trying to score. He is safe. How about that? Harrison Spawn steals home plate on the strikeout for Tanner Haney. The throw down to first. And Spawn alertly takes the extra 90 feet and gets the 5th run of the game for the HarbourCats.
The left fielder from San Diego, Christian, number 3.
Heads up play by Harrison Spawn. And it's 5-2 as Schindel now will step in to hit. Sherrick at third, 2 away. Schindel trying to see if he can knock him in with a 2-out hit. Pitch outside to Schindel, 1-0. There's a good breaking ball from Kuykendall. Gets it over for strike 1. Even count now, 1 ball, 1 strike on Schindel.
Come on, baby, don't leave him there.
5 runs on 6 hits now for the HarbourCats. They have committed 1 error. Applesox 2 runs on no hits and 2 errors for them. The 1-1 to Schindel. A strike on the outside corner. It's 1-2. Schindel not in love with that call, but it did just look like that ball caught the outside half of the plate. Right on the black. Victoria with a right-hander up and throwing in their bullpen. The 1-2 to Schindel. Bouncing ball towards the hole. It tips into right field. Sherrick scores, and it's 6-2. Schindel comes through with what should be ruled a base hit. That was not an easy play at first for Montgomery, although it might be a play that he would tell you he'd like to make. Still, though, he had to lunge to his right to try to get it, and it tipped off his glove. So Schindel has a base hit. There's confirmation from the official score that it was ruled a hit, and an RBI for Schindel. So it's a 6-2 HarbourCats lead, and next up Nick Adams for Victoria. Wave and a miss by Adams, 0-1 count. Schindel just doing a nice job putting it in play and forcing the defense to make a play. Hit it towards a hole, although it did not really, it was not super hard hit. There's a hard foul ball over into the seats. Nothing in 2 quickly here on Nick Adams. Oh, 2. That is a good breaking ball in for strike 3 called as Adams is down looking, but it's a big inning for the HarbourCats. 3-run score. It is 5-2, make it 6-2 Victoria as we head to inning number 6.
All right, fans, I believe it's time for the kiss cam. Time to pucker up. Remember, we're on Shaw Live tonight, I think, so make it good for the people at home. Travis! Travis! Come on, you know you want it. There we go. There's one. Isn't love sweet? I like it. We gonna get one more? Come on, we got one more here. Oh. There we go. All right. Give us a wave so we can find you there in the crowd. Oh, right up at the top. Nice. And a big thanks to our game day crew raking the field, brought to you by Canadian Tire. Leading off for the Applesox, the right fielder, number 19, Jason Lutz.
Back for inning number 6 here at Wilson's Group Stadium. HarbourCats with a 3 spot in the bottom of the 5th to lead it now by a score of 6-2. And so that was a big inning to give Victoria a little breathing room. This is a soft liner right to Griffin Paxton at first base, and Justin Lutz is going to be retired for the first out.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 20, Alex Jamal.
That'll bring in the DH, Alex Jamal, who in today's game is 0 for 2 with a strikeout so far. It is still Josh Laukkanen out there throwing for the HarbourCats. We did see a arm warming up in the Victoria bullpen in the last half inning, but Laukkanen is getting a chance to throw one more inning here. He's been excellent so far. Gutsy performance out there by Laukkanen, coming in with the bases loaded, 1 out. He did allow 1 run of the inherited runners to score, but after that got 2 outs to limit the damage, then worked his way in and out of trouble in the last inning. Runners at second and third, nobody out. Couple of big punch outs, and then a ground out to short. Count is 1-2 now on Jamal. Bases empty, 1 out. Top of inning number 6. Victoria with the 4-run lead. 1-2. Close on that fastball, but it missed down and in. 2-2. Velocity still good for Laukkanen. He's at 85 on that radar gun, so even though he might be working his way towards the end of the line, as it's shot foul over there towards the HarbourCats dugout. 2-2 count here. Even though Laukkanen is maybe working towards the end of the line, he's still throwing hard out there, right where he usually is. Swing and a miss by Jamal, and Laukkanen strikes him out for the second out.
Now batting catcher number 31, Cody Simmons.
Big swing and a miss there by Cody Simmons to start this at bat. 0-1 the count. Base is clear, 2 away. Simmons, the catcher, is 0 for 2. Another wave and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes. Laukkanen up to 68 pitch, make that 58 pitches, I should say. 0-2. hit into left field, and finally the first hit in the game for the Applesox, and it comes here with 2 out in the top of the 6th inning.
Now batting the second baseman, number 12, Spencer Marengo.
Not out. They're supposed to be out.
So the HarbourCats combined no-hitter goes by the wayside, but still, though, a chance for a scoreless frame here for Laukkanen if he can work around that 2-out base hit. Missing off the plate, 1 ball and no strikes. Now to Spencer Marengo. Marengo 0 for 1 with a walk and a run so far in this game. Simmons now 1 for 3. This one is sent in the air out to deep center field. Playa going back, still back, makes the catch. And that is all for Wenatchee in the 6th. Nice job by Josh Laukkanen in relief. And the HarbourCats lead at 6-2 as we head to the bottom of inning number 6.
All right, fans, it's time for the boxing minute. Where's Shane?
All right, thanks, Dan. I'm down here on the Strathcona Party Deck with the folks from West Coast Suppliers, our Dave Lefties. So everybody out around town, you guys know always your brand is out there, you're getting supporting all the local community organizations. Why? Monica Shane is our whole business, our whole family-oriented service only.
The town of Royal was able to purchase land to build a new public safety building using provincial gaming revenue from hosting Elements Casino Victoria. The new building has larger sleeping quarters, so volunteer firefighters can be on call, on site, and respond to emergencies even faster. The building isn't only home to the town's fire department, though. It also has space for public safety staff and a secondary emergency operations center, too. BCLC, we're community-minded, with your community in mind.
Leading off for your HarbourCats, the catcher from Douglas College, number 17, McGregor Sharp.
6-2, HarbourCats on top of the Wenatchee Applesox in this must-win game for Victoria to stay alive in the 2019 West Coast League North Division Series. Good sign so far, though, for Victoria with the 4-run lead as we approach the late innings of this game. McGregor Sharp at the plate. 9-1-2 for Victoria in the frame with Sharp, then Playa and Wilson after him. Another right-hander is up for Victoria to throw in the bullpen, so I think that'll probably be the last inning for Josh Laukkanen, who was superb in relief, to say the least. 3 2/3, just 1 hit, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and no runs for Laukkanen. 3-0 count here on McGregor Sharp, the number 9 hitter. This is still, by the way, Seth Kuykendall on the hill for Wenatchee. So he's their starter. They've left him in, despite that rough inning last time out in the bottom of the 5th. You don't want to walk the number 9 hitter before the top of the order to lead off an inning. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Sharp with a soft liner out to short. Paredes throw gets away from Montgomery at first, and McGregor Sharp is safe. It's a couple times now where the throws to Torrin Montgomery have not been good, but he also has not done a great job at the bag of keeping it around the bag. And here's Nick Playa.
Number 23, Nick Playa.
So Sharp aboard at first, Playa at the plate, top of the order to follow. Gets away from Simmons. Sharp is going to take second.
Speed kills, Curtis.
There's a healthy cut by Playa, but he came up empty. It's 1-1. Kuykendall has lost a couple ticks of velocity. He was around 80-81 with the fastball. That last one was clocked at 79. Playa sends a high towering fly ball out to center. It's playable for Simon, who went back at first, now steps in to make the catch. McGregor Sharp thought about trying to tag in advance, but it was a good throw to the cutoff man by Simon, so he stays put. Here's Gus Wilson. He homered in his first at-bat of the ball game back in the first inning. Since then, he has drawn a walk, so he's 1 for 2, and he struck out in his other at-bat. Breaking ball down low and outside to Wilson. 1 ball, no strikes. Well, Kuykendall approaching the century mark with the pitch count. He's up at 95 pitches now, here as he works through the bottom of the 6th. Wilson, a slow roller to Herrera at short. Herrera's throw off the bag. Wilson is safe. Well, the sloppy defense continues in this inning for Wenatchee, and the HarbourCats will take it. Runners at the corners, 1 out. And Griffin Paxton trying to knock in another insurance run.
The first baseman from University of Texas, San Antonio, number 33, Griffin Paxton.
So Sharp at third, Wilson at first, Paxton at the plate. Paxton been a little quiet so far. He is 0 for 1. He has drawn a couple walks and scored a run. Paxton sends a fly ball out to center field. This is going to be deep enough to score Sharp. Simon makes the catch. Here comes Sharp for the plate, and he's going to score. It is 7-2 HarbourCats. So an RBI for Paxton, productive at bat, extends the lead to 5 runs.
Now batting, the third baseman from Cal Baptist, number 6, Harrison Spawn.
So here's Harrison Spawn, and it was an interesting decision the last time he came up to hit. They gave him the intentional walk, and then he came around to score one of the 3 HarbourCat runs in the bottom of the 5th inning. So that decision came back to hurt Wenatchee. They're going to pitch to Spawn this time, and it's outside, 1-0. Spawn has done some damage already in the series. RBI double yesterday, and today he's hit a 2-run home run. Also some excellent base running after Tanner Haney struck out on a pitch in the dirt that was not held onto by Simmons. On Simmons' throw to first to complete the strikeout, Spawn scored from third. Even count here, 1 ball, 1 strike. There was some more activity going in the Wenatchee bullpen, but the pitcher who is up has since sat down. 1-1 to Spawn. Rope to third, and it's caught there by Gillis to end the inning. Spawn hit it hard, but the HarbourCats are going to be limited to just the 1 run in this inning. They add to their lead 7-2 as we head to the 7th.
With the fan favorite Good Life Fitness Bubble Ball Contest. Today we have Ben and we have Tony. The object is knock over the other person's thriller before they knock over yours. Yeah, right. On your marks, get set, go! The real defensive battle here. Here comes Harb. Oh! There's your winner. A big thank you to the commissionaires for providing security for all Victoria HarbourCats games. Commissionaires trusted every day, everywhere, safeguarding the community. Now pitching for your HarbourCats from Boise State, number 55, Hunter Tomlin. Leading off for the Applesox, center fielder number 6, Sean Simon. Fans, a reminder, 50-50 to get your in and roll, 50-50 tickets.
To the top of the 7th inning, new pitcher on the mound for Victoria as this first pitch of the inning is skied to center. Nick Playa makes the catch. Sean Simon retired on one pitch. So a good start to the top of the 7th for Hunter Tomlin, the new right-hander into the game for Victoria from Boise State. He's been very good since joining up with the HarbourCats late in the season. 1-0 with a 2.25 ERA and 3 appearances in 1 start. He has allowed 4 hits and 4 walks with 4 strikeouts in 8 innings of work in the regular season. Tomlin comes in here looking to keep the HarbourCats in the lead. There's a strike. Brett Gillis, the third baseman, now at the plate. Bases clear, 1 away, top of the 7th. Wenatchee starting to run out of time here as we are in the late innings of this game to try to make up a 5-run deficit. Still is plenty of time, but HarbourCats have pitched well tonight, especially Josh Laukkanen in his relief appearance. Pop up, back towards the seats, and it's going to be out of play. 1-2 count now on Gillis. So 8 more outs for Wenatchee to work with here tonight to try to come back from this 5-run deficit. HarbourCats 7 runs on 7 hits and an error. Applesox 2 runs on 4 hits and 2 runs on 1 hit, and they've committed 4 errors. Foul back to the backstop. Still 1-2 to Gillis.
Attaboy. Way to run out there.
Tomlin's still ahead. The 1-2.
Good pitch.
Downstairs, 2-2. Well, a great crowd on hand here at Wilson's Group Stadium for the first game of the postseason. There's a wave and a miss by Gillis. Sharp will throw it down to first to complete the strikeout, and there's 2 away. Fans here at the park hoping that they'll be able to come back to the yard for another game tomorrow. If the HarbourCats can hold on, we will have a winner-take-all, Game 3, tomorrow night, 6:35, between the HarbourCats and the Applesox, but that, of course, is dependent on the HarbourCats holding on to this lead through the last few innings and evening the series at 1 game each. Tanner Smith takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Hunter Tomlin looking sharp since he's entered from the bullpen, as he has really all summer for the HarbourCats when he's been here. I say all summer now, he's only been here a couple of weeks, but he is really impressed, whether he started or entered the game in relief. It's been very solid for the HarbourCats so far. One ball, 1 strike. That one misses in tight. It's 2-1. Well, looking at the out-of-town scoreboard at the other division series, the Walla Walla Sweets facing elimination down in Corvallis. They trail by a run, 4-3. That one in the top of the 8th inning. It's fouled away, 2-2 now. So Corvallis looking at if they can hold on there. A 2-game sweep of the Walla Walla Sweets to get back to the West Coast League Championship Series for the 4th year in a row, and they've won the last 3 of them. 2-2. This one out into right field. Nick Adams makes the catch, and that's the inning. 1-2-3 go the Applesox in the 7th. Time to stretch at Wilson's Group Stadium. HarbourCats still lead it 7-2.
All right, Cats fans, it's now time for the BC Trend, 7th inning stretch. Everyone get up, stretch it out, sing "Shake Me Out" to the ball game.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the ball game. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, 'cause it's good. We're good for the HarbourCats. If they don't win, it's a shame, 'cause it's white, jet, 3 strikes, you're out of the old ball game.
Congratulations, Brian Fogg, winning a certificate to Brady's Fish and Chips from the Appaloosa. Claim your prize. Keep dancing, Ted.
Johnny Manziel, 5 years later, how am I to
Leading off for your HarbourCats, the Marshall and Massey designated hitter from Seattle University, number 54, Kyle Sherrick.
How you doing?
On to the home half of inning number 7. Victoria still leading Wenatchee by 5 runs, and they have a couple more cracks here in the bottom of the 7th and the bottom of the 8th to try to add to it, see if they can make it an even bigger cushion for the HarbourCats as they look to hold on to this advantage, wrap up the win tonight, and then get set for a winner-take-all game 3 tomorrow. 1-1 count here on Kyle Sherrick. Wave and a miss. Good breaking ball there, and it's 1-2. This is a new pitcher on for Wenatchee from Antelope Valley College, standing at 6'4", 160 pounds. It's Ryan Eisler. Swing and a miss. Another breaking ball got Sherrick for the first out, and it's thrown down to first by Simmons to complete that strikeout.
Now batting the second baseman from the University of Texas, number 2, Tanner Haney.
Tanner Haney now for the HarbourCats. 1 out, bases clear. Haney takes a breaking ball down low from Eisler. On the season, Eisler has been quite good for Wenatchee. He's 1-1 with a 2.25 ERA and 8 appearances all out of the bullpen. He's allowed 8 hits and 4 walks in 12 innings with 9 strikeouts. He's been especially good of late as well. He's gone 4 straight appearances without allowing an earned run. Haney sends a fly ball out into shallow left center field. Simon coming in on it, makes the catch, and there's 2 down.
Now batting the left fielder from San Diego Christian, number 13, Ty Schindel.
So here's Ty Schindel. Two away, bases empty for the HarbourCats. 7-2 they lead here in the bottom of the 7th inning. They'll be going to the 8th. We would expect Hunter Omelette to come back out for the HarbourCats. We'll see, though. There is right now double-barreled action going in the bullpen for Victoria. What the HarbourCats might be wanting to do is, if they think that they can get someone else to get this game to the finish line tonight, might think about pulling Omelette now, and then he might be available given the very small number of pitches he threw for tomorrow's game. But at the same time, you got to win tonight to get to tomorrow's game, so you can't really take any chances. Schindel got hit by that pitch. He's going to head down to first. Good news for him is it was a 67-mile-an-hour curveball, so if you're going to get hit by a pitch, that's the one you want to get hit by. Nick Adams now steps in. Adams 0 for 3 with a strikeout so far. Well, at times the walks have been an issue for the HarbourCats pitching staff tonight, but we can't forget that through 7 innings, they have allowed just 1 hit, with the Applesox scoring 2 runs on that 1 hit. 82 on that fastball from Eisler up high to Nick Adams, 2-0. Adams skies one foul down the third base side. That lands out of play. 2 balls and a strike now.
Come to the right, let's go.
Two balls, 1 strike. Adams at the plate, Schindel at first, and 2 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Slow roller out in front of home plate. That's a fair ball, so Adams is going to be out. And the inning is over. HarbourCats still lead by 5 runs. On we go to inning number 8 at Wilson's Group Stadium.
It's time for the Lily Bat Contest. Today we have Ryan and Connor, or better known as Jigsaw and Coleslaw. They're going to be spinning 10 times around the bat, racing down the first baseline, and high-fiving hard. Sounds easy, right, boys? Heads down on your marks. Get set, spin. Oh yeah, that's how it's done.
Down the ground!
You're playing a little waiting game tonight, and you're still waiting? Wait no longer. The Cats are winning at the end of the 7th inning. Nice work. And 2 passes to the Shaw. Center, Salish Z. I have to say that one slower, I lose it every time. Thank you for playing the waiting game. Thank you for supporting the HarbourCats. Go Cats. I like your attitude, sir. And yours, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Leading off for the Applesox, the first baseman, number 24, Torrin Armstrong.
I bet you it's a real intelligent conversation on that.
Jacob Potter on the mound for the HarbourCats as we go to the top of inning number 8. There is a wave and a miss by Torrin Montgomery to begin this 8th frame for the Applesox, who trail by 5 runs. They have 6 more outs to work with to try to make up the difference and keep us going here tonight. Ground ball foul. 0-2. Well, Potter, a Victoria native. He stands at 6'2", 215 pounds. Plays his college ball at Southeastern Oklahoma State. Oh, 2 pitch. Breaking ball just downstairs, maybe a little outside as well. 1-2. Well, Potter, this is his 4th appearance of the summer for the HarbourCats in the West Coast League. It's been up and down in his first 3 outings. Ground ball foul, and it's 1-2. Although his last outing, the numbers overall were not spectacular, but he did do a nice job for the HarbourCats on August the 9th against Port Angeles. He went 3 innings, allowed 2 runs on 6 hits, but he struck out 4 batters, did not walk anyone, and he picked up the win, as mentioned. So he enters with a 1-0 record in the West Coast League. Now the 1-2 pitch, lined softly into left field. That'll get down for a hit. So Montgomery starts off the top of inning number 8 for Wenatchee with a leadoff single, the 2nd hit in the game for the Applesox.
Run up!
Pitch missing for 1-0. Here to Jason Herrera, the shortstop. Herrera 0 for 2 with a walk through his first plate appearances. There's a strike. Nice comeback from Potter to find the zone. 1-1. Runner at first. Nobody out in the top of inning number 8. There's a breaking ball up high that misses for 2-1. HarbourCats do have the 5-run lead. We're now in the late innings, but they don't want to mess around with it, that's for sure. They want to keep on going strong and get through this top of the 8th inning as quick as they can. Foul back to the screen. It's now 2-2.
This foul ball is brought to you by Speedy Auto Service Victoria. We keep your car moving.
Potter sets at the letters and now delivers the 2-2 pitch to Herrera. That is strike 3 called. Got him looking with a nice off-speed pitch at 73, right in at the knees. Well, we'll take a moment now to remind you that craft services for Go Live broadcasts are brought to you by Molly's Fish and Chips here in Victoria, BC. One of the great food trucks here at the park this season. All those food trucks happy that the HarbourCats are in the lead. They're hoping they can finish this out and have another game tomorrow here at Wilson's Group Stadium. That's what the fans are hoping for as well, of course, who have come out tonight. Great attendance. You can see fans all the way down the 3rd base line, all the way down the 1st base line to the edge of the baseball seating area. Even some fans sitting in the secondary grandstand as well, the soccer grandstand in right field. 0-2 count on Justin Lutz. 1 on, 1 out for Wenatchee. He went around. That's a punch out for Jacob Potter, and there's 2 down.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 20, Alex.
So after the leadoff single, Potter with back-to-back strikeouts for the HarbourCats, and now needs just 1 more out to get through a nice, quick, and painless top of the 8th inning. It'll be Alex Jamal, the hitter, the DH, who is 0 for 3 with a couple strikeouts for the Applesox so far tonight. Foul away on his first swing, 0-1. Well, it started out a little bit dodgy for the HarbourCats, but they've taken control of this game in the middle innings. We're now in the late innings, and they're looking to see it through to the finish line. Ground ball up the middle. Wilson tracks it down and flips to second for the out, and that is the inning. Nice play. Gus Wilson showing off the range at short. And we go now to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's still 7-2 HarbourCats.
Thanks, Ashley.
I'm going to give you one more chance. Now, you're going to go so loud that the fans in Wenatchee are going to know what's going on in Victoria. They're going to know where the best fans in the WCL are. Let's hear you one more time. Oh, yeah. Keep it going. Applause. You guys truly are the best fans in the WCL. Thank you. Victoria's best sports fans. Leading off for your HarbourCats, the catcher from Douglas College, number 17, McGregor Sharp.
On to the home half of inning number 8. One more chance for the HarbourCats to try to add on to their 5-run lead before we go to the top of the 9th. And at that point, there will be 3 more outs needed for the HarbourCats to secure the win and force a winner-take-all Game 3 tomorrow, right here at Wilson's Group Stadium. It's McGregor Sharp at the dish to begin the inning for the HarbourCats. 9-1-2 in their order. So after Sharp, it'll be Playa and then Gus Wilson to hit in this bottom of the 8th inning. There's a strike on the other half. It's 1-1. Now just keeping an eye on the other game in the South Division. The Walla Walla Sweets are up at the plate in the top of the 9th inning, trailing by a run with their season on the line. So they need at least a run in the top of the 9th inning against the Knights to stave off elimination. They need to win that game against Corvallis down at Goss Stadium in Corvallis to force a Game 3 tomorrow against the Knights. Otherwise, if Corvallis is able to get 3 more outs in the top of the 9th, they know that they will book their spot in the West Coast League Championship Series. And if that were to happen, they would be keen observers of the HarbourCats and the Applesox Game 3, if that is indeed where we go tomorrow between these two teams. If the HarbourCats can close this one out. 2 balls and 1 strike here. McGregor Sharp at the plate. 7 runs on 7 hits for the HarbourCats, 2 runs on 2 hits for the Applesox. Swing and a miss there by Sharp. It's 2-2. We also have a new pitcher into the game here for Wenatchee. It's Peter Sanchez from UC Riverside, standing at 6'2", 210 pounds. Left-hander. 2-2 the count between Sanchez and Sharp. He got him looking on a good fastball. Clocked at 83 on the radar gun, running on the outside half of the plate.
Now batting the center fielder from Cal Baptist, number 23, Nick. Playa!
Nick Playa at the plate for what he hopes is one final at-bat here in this game. Let's try to do some damage here, see if he can get himself on base. And the HarbourCats trying to add to their 7-2 lead here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Playa is 0 for 4 tonight in the leadoff spot for the HarbourCats. 1-0 pitch, fastball well high, 2-0 the count. Bullpen quiet for Victoria, so looks like we're going to see Jacob Potter come back out in the top of the 9th. 2-0 to Playa. Downstairs, 3 balls, no strikes. Now the 3-0 pitch to Playa, outside, ball 4. So a 1-out walk for the HarbourCats here. Well, we're getting nearer, a little closer to what we are hoping is another game for us to bring you on Go Live broadcast in Shaw Spotlight tomorrow night at 6:35. Of course, the HarbourCats don't want their season to end, but neither do we here on Go Live broadcast. Hoping for some more playoff games to bring you. And we thank you for tuning in tonight on Go Live broadcast in Shaw Spotlight. We also have to give a big shout out, as we always do, appreciative of the excellent work our great camera crew does here at Wilson's Group Stadium, and of course our excellent producer Chris Jaycox, who does it all in the truck, wears all sorts of different hats in the truck to make this all happen. And we have a lot of fun bringing you HarbourCats baseball. We don't want it to end yet, and neither do the HarbourCats, of course. So Playa's over there at first base here, trying to see if they can get him around the base paths and to home plate to extend the lead before the top of the 9th inning. But regardless, Victoria in a good spot, just needing 3 more outs in the top of the 9th to send us to that Game 3 tomorrow. Wilson takes upstairs 1-0. Can tell you as we keep a close eye on that game down in Corvallis that the Walla Walla Sweets have 1 on and 1 out. Runner at first. They have Playa picked off here. The throw down to second is in time. They got him. So it's out number 2 now in the inning. Playa just running a little early that time. The Sweets now have gotten that tying run into scoring position at second with 1 out. So a couple of cracks for them to try to come up with a base hit and keep their season alive down in Corvallis for the Walla Walla Sweets. Back to our game, it's Gus Wilson at the plate, taking the strike, 1-1. Base is now empty with 2 gone, bottom of the 8th inning. Again, the HarbourCats pen is quiet, so it looks like it will be Jacob Potter who will try to get those final 3 outs. He allowed a leadoff single when he came into the game in the top of the 8th, but then settled in for 3 quick outs. Wilson, a bouncing ball foul towards the third base coach's box, and Todd Haney. 1-2 count.
Oh, right to you. Could have been cool. No field.
One, 2 is a strike to Wilson, and he is down looking to end the inning. HarbourCats need 3 more outs in the top of the 9th to send us to Game 3 tomorrow night in the North Division Series.
50 tickets for $1,420 with a few new friends. It is a green ticket. Here we go. 0, 1, 1, 6, 8, 0, 011680. Green ticket, go to the 50-50 table and claim your prize.
This is so good.
Let me show you why. Our growers, they select the beans, not as easy as it seems. This one's perfect, that one too. So many great beans to brew. Premium Arabica. Ship 'em off to Canada. Arrive at our roastery. Sorting, roasting every bean. Taste test each cup. Coffee masters give thumbs up. Handcraft fresh brew. Spreading joy is what we do. From bean to cup, that is how we brew it up.
Cool. How are you making donuts?
Tonight's attendance, 3,016. On behalf of the HarbourCats, we just want to say thanks.
On we go to the ninth here on Shaw Spotlight and Go Live Broadcast. Jacob Potter back to work. HarbourCats do have a right-hander up and throwing in the pen just in case. They need some insurance if Potter were to get into trouble, but it is going to be his inning to finish. Got 3 outs in fairly quick succession in the top of the 8th inning. He pitches here to the catcher Cody Simmons. 1-1, swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Potter struck out 2 batters in that top of the 8th inning after allowing a base hit to lead it off. 1-2. Popped up, shallow left center. It's going to be Ty Schindel taking charge of it. He makes the play, and there's 1 down.
Now batting the second baseman, number 12, Spencer Marenko.
Spencer Marenko now trying to get something going for Wenatchee. It's going to need to be a major rally for them. Little pop up into shallow right. Haney makes the catch. And there's 2 down. So the HarbourCats 1 out away. And it's looking like we will be back 6:35 right here, Wilson's Group Stadium, tomorrow or a Thursday night. And it will be 1 game between the HarbourCats and the Applesox to decide who represents the North Division in the West Coast League Championship Series. Happy to say that we will be back on Shaw as well for our fans on Vancouver Island, as well as Go Live Broadcast for our fans elsewhere. Now just a note, a programming note, the game may not be listed on Shaw, but it is going to be on at 6:30 tomorrow. Breaking ball misses just in tight there to Jashawn Simon. 2 balls and a strike now. That ball 2 call from Scott Eckhart, not a popular one among the fans here at Wilson's Group Stadium. Now the 2-1. There's a strike, 2-2. And Jashawn Simon and the Wenatchee Applesox are down to their final strike tonight. Fans rise to their feet, the 2-2. Strike 3 called, he got him looking. And that's the ball game. The HarbourCats stave off elimination. A excellent performance on both sides, pitching and hitting as well. HarbourCats win by a final of 7-2, and it will be a winner-take-all Game 3 of the North Division Series here at Wilson's Group Stadium tomorrow night to decide who takes the series and who advances to the West Coast League Championship Series after that. So the HarbourCats win. They respond after going down 1-0 in the series, and it's going to be Game 3 for all the marbles tomorrow. Can't wait. We'll have it for you on Shaw Spotlight and Go Live Broadcasts. For now, though, happy to say that this is not my final sign-off. We'll be back tomorrow, but for now, though, we thank our great camera crew and Chris Jaycox, our producer in the truck. My name is Mike Edwards. See you tomorrow night from Victoria.